いつかあの背中に追いつくために。さて一丁やってやりますかねえ。さっさすりゃさっさと始めようぜ。俺は誰にも負けねえ。
All right, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sets here on a Monday night on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. I'm just having some fun because we were talking about a certain someone, and I just wanted to put my arms up. My arms are a bit tight, a bit stiff today. So I was told, my doctor said, Jammerz, just put your arms like this, and they'll be absolutely fine when you start your broadcast live on Capcom Fighters today. But yes, we're back for another episode of Sets, and we got another juicy one tonight for you guys. Thank you very much for joining us. And I do want to say as well, it's been over 30 episodes since we started this show from the start of the year 2021. I want to thank all the viewers that have been sticking around with us, sticking along for the ride, enjoying the banter, the GGs, the interviews, and again, all the other commentators and people that watch Street Fighter around the world. We've been providing you with great action and great banter in general. So thank you so much for joining us. But hey, I can do this by myself, but I'm not going to do it by myself because I'm kind of tired. But I got Thing 1 and Thing 2 with me. If you know Cat in the Hat, shouts to the people that know about Cat in the Hat. But Thing 1 and Thing 2 are with me. Oh, what? Oh, they're all doing it. Okay, they're all doing it.
Okay. EU, baby. EU, baby.
Damn, like these guys they're happy now. Apparently, wait, so we got Veggey and we got Olvaha. I don't know. They look like Problem X minions, but they do have names. But gentlemen, how are we feeling tonight?
We are the minions of Jammer. Minions of Jammer. If we were in an RPG, they would say, like in our class, they would say like Veggey, level 80 warrior, minion of Jammerz. Anyway, what's up, guys? How are you guys doing? I'm really hyped because I remember the whole EU is free debacle, and I hope we can get back to that later because you can really see those things that we mentioned and pointed out earlier this year. And I'm very excited for this episode because we have so much good stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What about you, Olvaha?
I'm feeling good as well, and like Veggey said just now, we're minions of Jammerz, but tonight we can be the X-Men.
Ooh, baby!
He was definitely thinking up that line 3 hours before the show started. He was definitely holding on.
That was so good.
I will take that. I'll take that. Okay,
I like it.
No,
I like it.
But hey, yes,
X-Men.
look, as you can see, witness greatness on your screens. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you hail from and you're watching from in the world, well, guess what? I hate to break it to you. You're not from the UK. The UK took over the Red Bull Kumite Las Vegas. We took it home. It is ours. Well, it's Problem X's, but I'm going to claim it as one of my own as well. That's fantastic. But you know what? It was a great weekend overall. More offline invitational action for us to enjoy. Over in Vegas, the people like to gamble. They played for keeps, and it was an absolutely amazing event as well. Once again, shouts to Problem X. I'm pretty sure you guys have been congratulating him on social media as well. But if you haven't, go and do so already. If you haven't even seen the archives or the finals, please go and check out that run. Not just by Problem X, but like look at the gameplay overall in general. Absolutely top-notch stuff there, and every competitor made it fantastic. And you know what? Before we even get started with that, I gotta say, Chris CCH did have the best entrance. Like regardless.
That was incredible. That was so savage. Like, man, woke up with violence. Just
No,
woke up with violence.
look, hear me out, right? You say that's savage, but think about it. He collected photos of people he eliminated in bracket and what they said about him or the West Coast throughout the year. So is that really waking up being
No,
violent.
that's justice.
I think that's pent up rage for sure. But
That's like, that's last laughism. You know, last laughism? When it's very important to have the last laugh. Like, who cares if you have it now? I'm going to have the last laugh. I live by the last laughism, so I very much respect last laughismism.
nah, do you know what? For sure.
That
And
was justice.
even do you know what's crazy, right? It's fantastic that Chris CCH made it through the LCQ and then he made it to third place. He could even got second as well, right? That was an amazing run by him as well, and he's been stepping up like each and every time. And heck, we might have to bring him back on the show and talk to him about that because that was fantastic. But obviously, Red Bull Kumite winner resides in the UK, but we also, let us not forget Red Bull Kumite London. We had a winner hailing from France. So, Veggey, I mean, we can't be free. We can't be free at this point, right? I mean,
no. You remember this? You remember this interesting when we talked about it, and then I tried to explain, which you also agreed very much on that. Yeah, of course, if you set Punk and Ida up against like the non-best top, like the top players of Europe who are not the best players in Europe, of course it's gonna look like Europe is free. But there are more players like Punk and Idem in the European region than in the American region. So there are more people that could do that to American players from our region than vice versa. So then going and see EU is free is very peculiar to me. I mean, see what happened with the 2 offline invitationals so far. It's been France, it's been the UK, and there are more players in the European region that could have taken these titles, like the Norwegian boy Phenom, like the UK boy Infectious, maybe even Hurricane. Like we have, there are more of these potential winners of these big events. So to me, saying EU is free because they blew up some of our very high level player, but not the greatest.
Some of the regional players were not other
regional
top
player,
yeah,
but not international top players.
Yeah.
It's just showing that the players that would then say EU is free because of that actually don't know what they're talking about. They don't have any insight to the scene at all, is what I would say. You don't know anything. And it's been proven. The stats are clear. Can you say anything against it? You can't. It's proven.
Oh,
it's proven. It's pointing to it.
Well, look, obviously, because Mr. Crimson couldn't be in attendance, I didn't actually ask him why, but hopefully he is well, because again, that must have been a serious matter as to why he couldn't attend the Red Bull Kumite to defend his title. But the fact that, hey, look, all well that ends well, right? We got 2 people that are champions from the Red Bull Kumite in the respective regions, one from the UK, the other one from France, so we can brag about things a little bit more now. But again, it poses a much stronger case as more eyes should be on Europe now more than ever, I should say, especially during this pandemic era where it's been hard for a lot of people to like stay motivated, keep playing and leveling up. Yes, tons of people that were not, like Veggey said, regional players. They stepped up. They stepped up tenfold, 100-fold, right? Fantastic. But for some of the guys at the creme de la creme, the international competition, they were a bit lacking motivation, waiting for their CPT event to come and go, so on and so forth. So for this event, or Red Bull Kumites to come along and give these guys extra incentive and motivation, and to be playing on PC as well, which is the preferred console, playing this fighting game on, it's been fantastic stuff. And again, hey, listen, you like to see it here, and we talked about it before. You know, people are saying Cammy might be the best character in the game on PC. Some of these players get to elevate to another level because they're playing on PC. It's like a lot of good things came out of that. And hopefully, you know, you guys in the chat can let us know. And you let us know in the chat. You can let us know on our Twitter accounts at HCJammers, at Veggey SF, and at Olvaha. You can just let us know how you felt about the Red Bull Kumite as well. But you know what? It was fantastic through and through there. But you know what? Let me ask this to Olvaha. I mean, did you have an MVP of the weekend, or was it you just going to give it to Problem X?
I do have to say that the grand finals was so memorable that I kind of want to give it to Problem X, but I do have to say that Chris CCH was really amazing, and his entrance, like you said before, it was really memorable. Like, I was laughing out of my mind when I saw that tweet. I was like, God damn, this man is pretty damn impressive. But also gotta give credit to Chris CCH once again, because like getting through the LCQ, that must be really grueling and mentally taxing. And to then also do so well in the actual tournament after beating the LCQ, that's impressive.
Well, remember what Chris said to us on this show a couple of months back. If you haven't seen that, he went up against Mortzy. I won't tell you the result, but you can go and check that out in the archives on Capcom Fighters YouTube channel. But he did say one thing that people do sleep on regarding Chris CCH's ability is him studying matchups and really focusing on what he can do against the characters, using his Sakura or using his Seth, and it really brought that to fruition and showed people. He illustrated that really well in most of his matches that he played in the Kumite. And yes, okay, there was a couple of moments where it's like, Chris, you did that, but it's like, again, there were quite a number of moments that you looked at the players and it's like, okay, they're slowly coming back into offline gameplay environment. There's a lot of tactics where, again, you would raise your eyebrow, you'd bat an eyelid, and you'd go, yo, because even I done did it. He V-reversaled, it was blocked. What did he do? He threw out an armored move, and the armored move hit. And he did several times. Yeah, and listen, he said you're in game, you're in Vegas, you got to gamble with the XDPs in some situations. People were doing stuff, and that's what happens, right? In this version of the game, take it from me, part of the meta for Street Fighter 5 right now is to hit your opponent with something they are least expecting. It doesn't have to be mathematically correct. Trust me on that one, because a lot of stuff went flying when we were watching the Kumite. But you know what?
Oh, by the way, Jammerz.
Go for it.
Have you found out yet what the CCH stands for?
Do you know what? He fooled me, right? Because when he took the picture of the hidden files, I said, is this what I think it is? Is he going to reveal his name to everybody live on camera in Vegas? So it's like, no, there's a bunch of pictures of people talk about the West Coast. So someone, I can't remember the guy's name. He's a Kuma player. Joe something. He literally said, I don't think Chris CCH is that good. And I was like, dude, I said, in my head, this is what I said. I'm going to put this in the nicest way possible. I can't say it bluntly because I'll get in trouble.
Right.
I said, you have to have cojones bigger than your brain to say that. You actually have to have something bigger than your brain to think Chris CCH isn't that good of a player. And then get beaten by, do you know what I mean? So it's like, that's crazy. But
that's crazy.
Listen,
that's cap. That's cap.
But that's classical. I think, I don't know about other esports scenes, but FGC, it's always been like that there are these players that, or just people in general, they're so salty at other people having prestigious moments, having achievements. There's just no room to say that this guy's good. Everyone says everyone, SUC, everyone, so many people saying, that people are bad. People are bad. This guy's bad. This guy's bad. This guy's bad. This guy. Even some of the people who win, like the biggest events, still get called. This guy's not good. Like what is the point?
We're backseat gaming, man.
What's wrong with you? Just be quiet. Just stop talking. You're just making an extra fool of yourself. You're not showing me why you're not that good yourself. Not talking about anyone here. I'm just you in the euphemism or whatever it's called. It's like you're now telling me why you're not that good. You're showing me your lack of insight with these comments.
But
people say, sorry, brother.
I just want to say that I could have done that eyes closed and hands behind my back. I could have done that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
maybe.
Especially.
Do you know what? I also want to pose. Two questions to you guys, and I want to open this to the floor as well. Guys in the chat or on social media, you can let us know how you feel about this as well. Do you think invitationals should invite more content creators to high level or high stakes tournaments? Veggey, let me get your answer first.
They do bring, I don't know if they do bring extra viewers at this point in the FGCs. These big players have always brought the viewers. I don't mind content creators being invited, but I would then wish that the pool of the most talented players, like the pool of invited players, would be bigger. Because even though there are some sick players, like every player in this event was a really good player. Even like the qualified players were some really top-notch players, because that qualification was very hard.
Oh, for sure.
But I still think it's sad that we didn't get to see some of the names from Europe. And I don't know why the Japanese top wasn't there. Might have been I don't know. It would be awesome to see those there as well. And I would rather see that than more content creators, but I don't mind either way. The event is great.
But even then, like the content creators we had over the event, they were former top players, and they're still very formidable at the game. So
I'm not really sure.
Do we even call them content creators at this point?
I don't really know if there even were any content creators there, because in my eyes, everyone there is a competitor and deserves to be there because they are a competitor. That is my opinion. But I was wondering if you were mentioning more like content creators in general. The people who were there definitely not content creators, in my opinion. They're top level players, all of them. So
Okay. Quick opinion from you, Olvaha. What do you think? If the content creator is semi-competent or very competent at competing at that level, do you think they should be invited to an invitational like the Kumite?
Yeah, well, like Veggey said before, I think it's a kind of a double-edged sword in that sense that it's good, but then then I kind of understand that most of the hype comes from the best players being there, right? So I also think that I can also understand that point of view. But like Veggey said, like I think in general, like in FGC, I feel like the content creators usually are pretty damn good at the games as well. So I think it's different for the FGC compared to like other scenes possibly. So I think there's something different there. But like Veggey said, I don't really think they're content creators primarily. Like they've all been competing before in tournaments and placing well. So they've obviously, everyone there deserved their place. But I can also understand why people are, okay, I just want like the absolute best players, for example. So I can definitely understand multiple points of view in this topic.
Okay.
But I would just also then like to add that if you would to ask me, did Brian have to serve invite? I would say hell yes. He's
hell
a
yeah.
sick player, one of the best players in America, and he definitely deserved an invite. It's like you can't only have the ones that are most likely to win. The point with the Red Bull committee is always to have these players that could make an upset. Like Chris CCH was one of those. Even though he wasn't invited, he went all the way to third place, right? So you need to have these underdogs that are super sick. Not saying they're underdogs because they're not good, because they're super sick players. It's just not as good as maybe the creme de la creme.
Well known.
Yeah.
And it's like,
So you need to have both. So yeah, if we're talking about those kind of content creators, definitely we need to have them. I think it's more of a underdog. We need to have some of these really good underdogs.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, now, that was a very interesting point. Now, do you know what? We got our guests waiting in the waiting room. Now, before we do that, because I do need to show it up on the screen, Richard, can you pull up tonight's fight card so that people do know who we are bringing on the show tonight? Ladies and gentlemen,
Nice.
this is a big thank you to Veggey, one of my minions. He did set this up 3 days prior to the event. He said, Jammerz, I got 2 people that I want to bring on the show, and I want to have a chat with them. So I said, you know what? Set it up, sort it out, and we'll talk to them. We are heading over to Egypt, ladies and gentlemen, one of the scenes that is rarely tapped into, and we're going to find out a little bit more about the players there and how they feel about Street Fighter 5 here. And of course, Veggey loves these 2 people, so I have to take his word for it. So we're going to have a chat with them. Linz and Mura, I believe it is. They are very avid viewers of Veggey's stream, and they said, you know what, come on, let's chat to him live and direct on Capcom Fighters. Now, without further ado, I believe we do have them waiting in the room. Richard, can we get these guys in the call so we can have a lovely chat with them? That would be great. So if these guys are in the call, they can unmute their mics now so we can have this group discussion with the gentlemen. Linz, Mura, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yep, loud and clear. Hello, everyone.
Hey!
مساء الخير حبيبي.
Welcome.
مساء الخير.
Look at him flexing. Look at him flexing.
Hey, listen, do you know what? When Veggey gets to flex his linguistics, I think we should let his wings spread.
Exactly.
I think we should let his...
It's a justified flex.
Listen, for sure it's a justified flex. But hey, Linz, Mura, thank you so much for coming on the show and being invited on to participate in this first attempt. But obviously, before we let you guys just throw fists at each other and complain about each other's characters, we got to have a friendly talk with you guys first and get to know a little bit more about yourselves and, of course, your scene. Because, like I said before, I do feel, obviously, when Veggey suggested this to me, it was like, hold on, we actually haven't spoken about the Egyptian scene. That's another scene that is very small, but I understand it's very fierce as well in regards to fighting games. So let's talk to you guys about it. So I would like to basically ask this question to Linz first, because I think I know more about Mura through social media and just YouTube in general more than Linz. Now, Linz, you were the sole representative for Egypt in the Intel World Open earlier this year. Is that correct?
Yes.
That was right. So can I ask how that felt for you, being one of basically the only player representing your country in a nation that isn't really represented in fighting games at large? How did it feel having your nation on the back support you in a competition like the Intel World Open?
It felt really good. Like, I'm the only Egyptian representing my country. I was also stressed because I needed to win to, make my people feel good about the country. But yeah, I was really amazed from the tournament itself and how it went. I wasn't really completely happy about the connections, but yeah, it was a really good experience for me. I learned a lot and had a lot of fun. I think it was overall amazing.
That's fantastic. I like that answer. And speaking of which, that actually goes on to my next question, because this is where I become ignorant about which countries can play who online. I'm going to pose this to both of you, but I want to get Linz's opinion on it first. Which countries do Egypt actually have a good connection with online so that you can comfortably play like in tournaments, in exhibitions and so on? Which countries are there?
I think like outside of Africa, we have a really good connection with France and Spain and Italy. Probably France and Italy most, because we have a really good connection with them. I only mostly don't feel lag with them at all. I really like, I don't feel anything unplayable with them. So yeah, I feel these two countries are really good with us. Outside of UK and Ireland and all of that region, I think they are playable, but a bit harder, to be honest.
Okay, fair play. Mura, are you in complete agreement with what Lynn said, or are you guys in different parts of Egypt so that you have a little bit better connection with probably say UK and probably Belgium or something, or is it the same for you?
Yeah, I think he is right for the most part. Sometimes you can get with some of the Gulf countries. Depends a little bit on where you live in Egypt. So countries like Saudi, maybe UAE, maybe. I have some decent connections with some of the guy on the eastern side of Europe. So like Veggey always says that I actually have decent connection with him. So that can work sometimes. Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
And you too, but yeah, we played a couple of matches.
But it's interesting what you're saying, because when I run into Mura or Linz online, or when we play, I don't feel like this is unplayable. I feel it's fine to play. Like
It's totally playable for me.
Okay. Yeah. The reason I asked this as well is, again, a lot of people were left out of the online CPT, and I know that Africa didn't, outside of South Africa, the rest of Africa didn't really get their sole online CPT. So, I mean, maybe for future purposes, if the opportunity was to arise, would you bear yourselves with the rest of Africa to have like a one sole African online CPT, or would you want to be mixed in with different countries of Europe? Because you guys saying that you can mingle with probably France. I don't know, maybe you could mingle with the France, Spain and Portugal lot. I don't know, maybe. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Mura, let me get your answer on that.
I think it can work. The issue is you're either gonna be in the Middle Eastern group, which when you go to the the more eastern side of it, like the Gulf countries, the Eastern Gulf countries, it gets really difficult.
Okay.
Maybe you can talk about North Africa, but the western side of it, like Morocco, is actually very spotty. Like I have better connections with Veggey and Olvaha than many of the guys on Morocco, unfortunately. So maybe France, Portugal, but also I'm not sure if it is gonna be as good for them as their connection with each other. So you'll be like the black sheep, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like you're the one guy who is laggier than the rest. So I'm not really sure how they can.
What about Turkey? How's the connection there for you?
He laughed.
So Turkey is.
Oh, is that bad?
I think we got our answer when he laughed.
What's like? It's, well, let me say this. When you run into a rank match and you see that flag, you know you're gonna have a good time.
We'll leave it at that. Trust me. I think you know where this conversation is going, but we'll leave it at that. But no, do you know? Because I'm very curious. Because again, it's one of the regions where I need to know more about it. And again, now that we bring it up, it's like, hold on. You know, well, how come they haven't been paired in with some of the other parts of Africa for their online CPT or something like that? Maybe it might be something that crops up in the future. We will see. Now, Mura, I've got a question for you. Now, you do a lot of YouTube content. I think you're closing on 10,000 subscribers. Have you gone past that milestone yet?
We are at 9.5 currently.
All right.
Hopefully by the end of the year.
And listen, subscribe to this guy's YouTube channel. We'll put it up on the channel later because this guy actually does amazing content. Now, I want to ask you, Mura, what does content creation in the fighting game community mean to you? Because from what I've seen anyway, it looks like you've taken the tutorial-based route for a lot of things. In-game content, stuff regarding the FGC in general. And I felt that especially during the pandemic, we've kind of moved past that point and we've gone to more light-hearted content to get more people involved. So why is it that you stuck around with more tutorial-based content?
So there are two main reasons for this. When I started with the YouTube thing, I figured you either have to be entertaining or educational, and maybe a bit of both if you're really charismatic, but can't really pull the charisma off. Like, I'm not very, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't clown pretty much, right? So I had to go with the educational content, and then I looked at the current FGC content. And what I found is most of the tutorials, most of the guides are very geared towards the absolute beginners. So people who are like bronze rookies, no one at all, or very little. Honestly, Jammerz had some amazing stuff, but there was very few that's targeting the intermediate players, like the gold, the platinum, the silver. No one is saying, for example, how you should activate your V-trigger so that you don't activate, you get a bad activation on block. Or how you need to position. They just tell you just anti-air, but no one tells you, like, you know what, you need to position yourself to anti-air. That sort of stuff I think was very uncommon among the FGC content creator. At least that's my feeling on it, and that's probably why it resonated with people, because that at-least bracket of players wasn't getting that much attention. I feel like it, at least.
Damn, that was definitely an angle I was not expecting on content creation, because a lot of people, they won't.
Super interesting.
It's either if you're gonna be educational, take it from me, you got to teach people things universally, not kind of alienate an audience, or you got to teach them how to beat a character. So if anyone wants to teach people how to beat Dalsim, that is still up for grabs, and I promise you, each video will get over 100,000 views because we're all in unison and we all do not like Dalsim.
We have no idea.
I've given
we
you
have no idea.
Please
teach us. That's great, Jammerz. We need this guide. This guide is amazing guide.
But yeah, we did, as Mura was giving me his lovely in-depth answer, we did put up his YouTube channel there. We're going to plug it in again later for you guys to go and check out as well. Now, going back to Linz, because I know I've been talking my ear off, because I've just been curious about the Egyptian scene in general before I let my minions have a question or two. I'm just going to let these guys talk in the post-match interview. Don't worry about that. Linz, so you play Guile, is that correct?
Yeah.
Now, I want to know your opinion on our lovely Guile, this version of the game, because we do have Higuchi and we do have our Lord and Savior Durag Daigo in the cup, or they will be heading to the finals. So I wanted to get the Egyptian opinion on Guile. What do you think of him as a character, this version of the game?
I think this patch Guile is pretty strong. Maybe not as strong as before because of the nerfs, but I really think he's like gone from top 5 to top 10. He's really, really good in this game right now. But people just, I mean, they are tired of fighting Guile. I know that. Like, people just sick of fighting Guile because his big rate is so high. They just see Guile players, you just say, oh fuck. You know.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. He said that from the heart.
Happens a lot to me.
Don't worry. He said that from the heart. We do apologize if we have offended anyone.
But Linz, I feel that it depends a bit on the opponent's level. Do you notice when you practice with people that they are less reluctant to play Guile if they're higher level, or do you feel it's the same with all kinds of levels of players?
I mean, I change my playstyle according to the player I play. If the high level players, I just change my game plan to adapt to him. I mean, some other players like Diamonds, they just go in. I just I don't know, they don't know what they're doing. I can't read them, so I just go all in because I can't read their minds, and it gets way messy. So yeah. I just go full rush down, I think.
Do you know what? Hey, listen, and Guile he's more than capable of, implementing that aggressive playstyle into his gameplay.
Yeah, he's a very good rushdown character.
If it annoys a lot of people, rock with it, man. And you know what? I still think there's still room for 1 or 2 more Guiles and even boxes to be placed in the cup, and I think we'll have a nice rounded out cemented top 4 or top 5 there. But do you know what? Speaking of which, I'm going to pose this question to the both of you, and I want to get Linz's opinion on this first. So, what if you guys talk collectively as a community in Egypt? What is the overall assessment on a top 5? Do you guys in the Egyptian community have a top 5 characters in Street Fighter 5, or is it different depending on who you ask?
I think we all have the same type of characters, or secure top 3, like Rashid, Kami, and Urian. These 3 are mostly everyone agree on this. I mean, the fourth and the fifth character in the tier list, they just, vary at this point. Not everyone has the same opinion. Some says like Karin and, Zeku. Some says Colleen, they are like multiple opinion. For me, I think really Karin is a really good character. I think she is actually like the fifth in the tier list in my opinion. And maybe Zeku is like fourth place.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Mura, what about you? Do you share the same sentiments as Linz, or have you got a different fourth and fifth place?
Is it my personal opinion or the community in general?
I'll get both if you have time for that.
So in my opinion, so I like to think that characters' performance and their viability is kind of different depending on the format. So for example, a character like Cody, I rate him very highly in like a first to two, like because he can rob you, right? In long sets, I don't think Cody is that good. That's my personal opinion, right? So if we're talking like tournament formats, first to two, you go to top 8, first to 3. I pretty much agree with the top 3 that Lynn said. And I also think Colleen is very powerful as well. I think Ken is kind of slipped on. And I mean like optimal, BC, hit confirm, everything Ken. I think if this character is played by an AI, he would be ridiculously overpowered.
Yep.
Okay. That's interesting.
And I also think Poison is pretty strong, Guile is strong, M. Bison obviously I do think is very good. Top 10, maybe not 5, and Zeku is slept on as well.
Okay, well I like it that they both agreed that Zeku is slept on. That's brilliant.
Don't we all really, Jammerz?
Well, the thing
Don't
is, you
we
go to
all,
different
my
parts
brother?
of you go to different parts of the world, they forget. Then they see Infectious, then they see Angry Bird, and then they go, hang on, this guy's top. He's
And then they
fourth
see
place.
Esuhas.
Wait a second.
Trust me, it's fantastic. But you know what? It's great to talk to these guys and get their opinions. But Olvaha, you got time for 1 or 2 questions for these gents?
Yes, actually. We talked about top tier characters. I want your opinions on, let's say, 2 of the most underrated characters. We can start with Makmura.
Okay, so first of all, I have to say something real quick.
Go for
it
it.
is
Sure.
MC, and
okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
MC.
There's a lot of story as to why it is, but yeah, 2 underrated characters. I think Falk is pretty underrated. Maybe not top tier, but certainly competitive. And they have been shown. I do think zoners in general are the most powerful archetype in this batch.
Oh.
And for the second character, maybe Zeku. Like in the context we're talking about, it is Zeku because people sleep on him being top 5 status. I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Linz, what about you? There any underrated characters you think people should be complaining about a bit more? Or
I think like most character people say he's pretty shit in this game, but I really think he is good. I think it's Vega. Like his neutral is actually insane.
There you
but
go.
yeah,
There
I
you
think
go.
his neutral is actually amazing, and he can be played so solid and win tournaments as he can. Depends on the player, to be honest, because like mostly I see Vega players slides all the way down, and they say the character is pretty terrible. Yeah. But that's not how he's supposed to be played, in my opinion.
oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I mean, would you consider picking up Vega and teaching the world how he should be played at high level? I don't know. Hey, listen, the spot's open. The spot's
I mean,
open.
I can try, but yeah, I'm just gonna end up sliding like them. I think.
Just put down top tier guard for 5 seconds and learn a bit of Vega. I think you got time to do that.
But I think Punk has already done that to some degree.
He did.
Jammerz.
He did.
Yeah.
He came
So
over.
I think it's a good point
Vega.
from Linz. Yeah, it's a good point.
Nah, because honestly, it still grinds my gears to this day that because Vega is like Punk's 8th or 9th character, and he beat the half of like Europe using Vega, and I was like, what is going on here? I said, we can't have this, but it does happen. It does happen. But you know what, gentlemen, we are just about out of time for this pre-match interview. We are going to take a short break, and then when we come back to the break, or from the break, I should say, we are going to get these 2 in the lobby, and then we're going to getting them to play the first to 10. And remember, it is not character locked, and I heard these guys have quite a couple characters up their sleeves, so I'll be very interested to see who we're going to kick things off with. Let me make sure we appease our Capcom overlords upstairs, and we'll be back with you in about 5 minutes. See you shortly.
I go too far. Please forgive me.
I don't even care about being the best in America. I'm the best in the world.
We are here for the final event to see who wins Street Fighter League.
We are excited to come back and play.
It's gonna be the biggest showdown.
One of these two teams will be crowned.
Nasser against Alpha 3.
If you stand in my way, I will kill you.
He's not ready for this, though.
Not ready for it. You're not ready for this. This is only the beginning. We're going to week 1. The stakes are significantly higher.
Oh my God!
You're still alive. He jumped back. Oh my God! The playoff spot is in the balance.
You believe in fate?
Oh my God! The block.
He's doing it for his team right now.
What a slugger of a match.
I'll end you quickly.
I'll show you.
Street Fighter League World Champion!
I dare you to find better Street Fighter. I dare you.
Steve.
Oh,
What's happening?
It's so good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets Here, where we are going to be watching an exhibition, the first to 10 exhibition between two of some of the finest names from the Egyptian community. And yes, we're still doing the 3-man commentary team, myself and my 2 minions over there, Veggey and Olvaha. We are ready to go. Gentlemen, are you guys ready for tonight's set? Are you guys hyped for this? Because Veggey, these are your people.
Definitely. Yeah, these are my peoples, and I think you're going to be very excited to see. Not excited to see. Yeah, excited as well, but I have a better word for it. It's like you're going to be very mesmerized by the players.
I want to be mesmerized.
Yeah, you will be mesmerized because, as we know, people don't really realize that all the regions have some gems. And in Egypt, there are 2 gems. One of them is called Linz, and the other is called
MC
Mura.
He wants to see
And
Mura.
they have the neutral, they understand the game, and playing against them and watching them play is a joy. So I'm just letting you guys know that we're in for a treat.
Awesome.
A big ass treat. Let's go.
Well, there you have it on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. This is tonight's fight card. Linz going up against MC Mura, another region that is untapped and is not well represented. So what we're doing is giving them a little bit more spotlight, and we had an amazing chat with them a couple of minutes ago. If you want to check that out, you can do afterwards. But this is what you guys came in for to see. You wanted to see this set.
Baby.
Okay.
Right. Let's go.
So both of these gentlemen did say they had a few characters under their belt. So I was actually very curious to see who they start off with. And it looks like we're going to be going Cody versus Guile first. Okay, interesting.
Fun trivia. This is MC Mura's favorite character, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, earlier this year, Mura wanted to be a poison main. But then just realized that he kind of flowed better with Cody, so he just kind of went all in on him at some point, like this summer. I want to say around the summertime. And Linz is kind of like, he has a lot of good characters, but his Guile is definitely like his forte.
Okay, good information, good background knowledge there from Veggey providing that for us here. Now, what's interesting here as well, we've got to remember this because we were actually talking to Mura about this before the stream went live. Is again, we always bring it up. We have to keep bringing it up. Cody has one of the highest meterless damage outputs in the game, and obviously level 2 Zonk. It is there. It can be stored when you charge for a certain amount of time. That thing can send to the corner and take off 300 damage immediately. So I want to see how Linz handles
there
that
it is.
as a Guile player.
Instead of converting, he's going straight in, and he has the read on Linz. He just turned like that. Yeah, he's 100%.
Oh my god.
We had one whiff on his jab from Cody into EX Zonk. He activated, and instead of finishing combo, he just reset, went for the just frame command throw combo, and the follow-up blocked the EX, and just like that, he just took the whole round. It was just so explosive. That is the power of Cody and the skills of Mura.
And here's what I like as well, is I like that Mura's gone for V-Trigger 2, obviously, because the pipe can reflect projectiles back. You're going to be needing them a little bit later. If you want to play that little bit neutral, if you're not in a setup situation to win the game off of the 300 stun command grab. And he's gone with Crying Sway as well. It's an amazing tool against projectiles, especially going under them.
Like in Marvel 3, in this game too, you have to respect the pipe.
Oh, he tried level 2 Zonk, didn't work.
Yeah, I'm really liking the spacing from Linz here, because you know all these buttons are extremely punishable for a character like Cody, so you know you have to be tight with it, and I'm just loving this level of play from a region we don't really know. Yeah.
I think he might have tried the commander is a kick, isn't it? He tried dash at punch, so okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting maybe a attempted check. He got the conversion, but didn't like follow up with it.
That was a gutsy upside down beat.
Not really, because with the Zonk knuckle, he put himself at -2 anyway, and if Mura went for delayed throw, take the upside down kick with a beat in it. I actually kind of respect that.
Yo, the damage!
And there it is.
Oh, not dead.
But he misses the just frame. Doesn't really matter. Still in his face. It's the corner. Oh, and he's not ready to check the dash. Linz is being overrun, and that's 2 rounds we had. So slow play. Guile chipping him down, and then Mura just exploding in his face when he get that activation.
Relentless pressure.
Do you know what's crazy as well? It's obviously Veggey did highlight just a second ago with Linz not checking dashes, but I felt it's because like he was right in your face, so you couldn't see it. Usually when people dash at you, there's a little bit of distance for you to kind of see and analyze that space. There's actually no space between them. He just did jab and he just dashed it. So 1-0 to Mura right now, guys.
Nice anti-air from Linz.
Have you seen Cody's use the V-skill like reactionally in this matchup before, or is it more something they have to do preemptively? Any of you have any?
I think it's so you can react to Rose's projectile. I think you got preemptively do it against Sagat. I think it's fine against Ken and Ryu. I'm actually not sure if you can react to Sonic Boom and still clip him with the Crime Sway, the low version. We'll find out.
Yeah, obviously the environment also affects a little bit to that, possibly.
Throw, this does a lot of stun, yeah? Oh my word!
Oh,
that's crazy.
Let's go! I like bust out. Let's go.
Deflect those. He's gonna deflect it. Boom, and the dive Sonic goes over his own.
He's canceling into the rock.
Yeah. No anti-air.
Oh, nice. No anti-air. Not ready.
Well, actually, no. Crouch face anti-air there wouldn't have worked. It was too close.
Yeah.
Oh. Yo, look at this way. Oh, it gets clipped by the EX boom.
What did he try there?
I think he tried another. I think he tried another sway or a button.
Yeah,
but
he
I
tried
think he
sway,
was because usually I think he tried to backdash or do something. He was airborne, and usually you can catch you off guard because they're trying to confirm off of that hit, not realize they're airborne. but he just let all the Sonic Booms go, so he banked on it there, Linz, and it worked out.
Oh, yeah. There's the level 2 Zonk as well. We've seen that quite a few times already.
Crush counter.
Yo, and he finds that crush counter, but out of range, didn't see the spacing hole.
Dirty the pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
Any hit Mura is like, it's like a building being thrown at Kyle, right?
Do you know what?
Kyle was
That's
just
really
chipping it down,
annoying.
chipping it down.
It's really annoying fighting Cody like that now. Take it from me, I play another Zoner. Amazing Zoner. But it's, you hit them, but then you just get hit for like 400 damage. You're like, I didn't even do anything. Why are you landing more damage than me? I bet Linz feels the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, great corner pressure right now.
It's guaranteed. I think it's guaranteed.
Yeah,
it's guaranteed. Yeah.
Anyway, he couldn't escape that. Yeah.
So
You know what? I also like how MC Mura told us that Cody, he doesn't think Cody is like the best character in a long set. So it's interesting to see how this will develop between Linz and MC Mura as well.
No, let's obviously highlight that point and elaborate on it as well, because again, me and Veggey have spoken about this in the past before, and I'm pretty sure tons of players do that. And again, characters in different formats are just different beasts. Obviously, because of the mechanics of Street Fighter 5, the longevity of how their basic strategy works. It's a lot of things like that. He tried to punish it. That would have been legit if he was closer. But I can see where it's coming from. If he's going to stick with Cody throughout this whole set, that would be very interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if he swapped over the Poison at one point.
That is very true.
Poison is known to be kind of dealing better with that. Isn't that? I kind of feel like that's the point. Like Poison is a good character against these Zoners.
The thing is Guile and Poison, I believe, they have tantamount health and stun, so it's basically the same. 975 health, 975 stun, so that won't change. Your tool set will change, and Poison's one's much more flexible.
I think I've been trying to pay attention to Makumu's usage of the sway. I think he's just trying to space it to a range where he can't properly get punished by Linz.
And that's good.
Really like that.
Yeah, and you can definitely do that.
I'm writing it down. I need to ask him about that later, and I don't want to forget, so I just took a notepad. Let's get it.
Yeah, because
that's
it's like,
actually one of the...
It's like -6 or 7, I believe, and it's like well spaced. Not many moves can catch it. Only supers can. So you use it to your advantage because it's like a poke. So.
That has actually been a gripe for a lot of top-level players. They talk about Cody, and they're like, why is he able to space it like that?
I mean,
like,
why aren't you allowed to space anything? No one wants anything spaced in this game. Trust me, no one wants anything spaced.
I just want a free win, to be honest. Like, why is the opponent allowed to press buttons, really? Oh man.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
I like the patience these guys are exhibiting. Obviously, Mura's taken a couple of risks trying to get the jump there. Linz has been ready for the most part, and here there. Commentator's curse coming through.
Seeing as there's no Oki really for Gal on the ad tier, since then people have been more like brazen, as you say, trying to get in, as it's not really that punish. The punish is not really that big, just being ad tiered by Gal at this point, unless he gets one of those down forward heavy kicks or activation of Trigger 2 maybe.
Well, I mean, outside of making the hard read, okay, that was a misinput there, but it worked out. Yeah, outside of the hard read on a boom game, it's not many people at high level would jump at Guile, because it's like their ground game will just kill you completely, so...
And here we go.
Come on, Grab. He finds the ticket to come out, but he misses it again. I guess maybe he doesn't even want it in the corner. Who knows?
Nah, you'll always want it.
Oh, yeah, you want it.
You'll always want it. 300 stun? Come on.
Yeah. You know, have to upplay my boys. Gets countered on the fireball. I really like that fireball. Had he been just slightly earlier there, activation super done. If he OS the activation from the fireball, as a lot of these Guile players do these days, they like throw the fireball when they're close. If he runs into it, gets the activation.
So the proximity, like the area for it, is actually pretty damn big. Even with like Ryu's EX fireball into V-Trigger, Sakura's EX fireball, like some of these fireball activations, the proximity for them is pretty damn big. I can see why they're catching a lot of people out at that range. So
yeah,
I believe the scores are wrong right now, right?
It's 2-1 to Mura.
Yeah.
So if we get the score change real quick, that would be...
Two nice jump-ins consecutively with the Linz in this round.
Yeah. What I like when he's using the V reversal to get Mura off, because every time you don't need the V-trigger right as Guile to win this game. You just need to keep not get hit when he's in the V-trigger 2 state. So keeping him out and not letting him get that pressure started for free, I think it's a great choice.
Yeah.
Okay, stand hard kick there, trying not to get crush countered. I think Mura should throw out stand hard kicks a little bit more in that mid-range and try and catch the hurt box of the boom. Like, he can get crush counter, he's trying, but just a bit too far. That's punishable, that was punishable!
Oh, that was so punishable, but he was not ready, or maybe he pressed and he got dropped, who knows, because he was standing there in a bit of a Let's go, and I like it, the stand like Sonic Boom, showing that he has that execution. Oh, activation, no, not letting him. Yeah, great reversal. He only has one more super now, though. This is great.
If anyone can do
No,
this, it's
don't
Cody.
do that. No. Oh, he keeps mistiming it.
again.
He keeps mistiming it. That wasn't going to kill.
Yeah. No, it wasn't going to kill, but he's going to get a mix-up, right? So
Yeah, he would have got the legit situation, but guess for game if he dashed forward. But then Linz still has his CA available, so he's got to be kind of careful with this. So
Yeah. One thing that is good, though, if he gets that real Oki from the command throw, is that he could wait, be in his face, and if he did throw a critical, I'll jump forward, right? But still, Linz was in a great position. He kind of got to save his meter. He was probably already content with using it just to chip out, but now he gets to start this round with full bar. It's a huge win.
all right, Zong there, he's trying to wait just to see if he does the EX flash kick, but he does, and then pocket sand again into the counter hit.
The damage! Oh my god! Jammerz, I need to wash myself right now. That is
Listen,
damage.
That's why it's called dirty.
Yeah, that damage is 30.
I'm telling you, the avenues at which Cody gets his like huge damage output is pretty absurd. But hey, in some matchups, he doesn't get access to that often. Obviously, EX Zonk Knuckle level 2 will always be an opportunity on hit or block, but it's still pretty difficult in some areas for him.
Oh, when he got hit.
Oh, he's not enough, but any hit now.
Oh no!
Has any
Oh no, this is a bad position right now for Linz.
Yeah, and no reversal on deck because it's
What is this risky jump? He actually...
He can chip him.
Really
He
bad.
can chip him. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
aims of being a no wake up character like Cody. Once you knock down, no V-bar, you're going to die. And Linz ties it up 2-2 with that.
You died.
Chip. Yeah, that was a great chip sequence.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting back
Nice
and
awareness.
forth. I do like Mura's patience, how he's illustrating how patient he is as a player. I think he needs to be, a lack of better description. I think he needs to be a little bit more dirty. Be a little bit more obnoxious with EX Zonks, press the stand hard
Mura,
kicks, try and get the cross counter. I think he just needs to be a little bit more obnoxious and give Linz more of a reason to feel threatened on defense so he can force an EX flash kick out. He did that in the first round after the command grab, but it kind of hasn't really happened again, you know?
Yeah, I see Mura as kind of one of these, a little bit of a purist player. So even if he has a lot of cheap tools, it's not kind of in his gameplay to use it. But I say swing, keep swinging.
Nice whiff punish there from Linz. I really like Lin's spacing in this matchup. He's moving back and forth really well.
The thing is, you'll kind of like inadvertently get walked down to the corner by a lot of characters. Cody is definitely one of them because you're too wary of Zonk, and then at that point he's just put you in the corner. That could be punished, but probably just a raw flash kick, not the button. But
maybe even the sweep. No, it's -6. You say, or -6?
Yeah, one of them's. I think the punch follow up is -7 and the low's -6. Hold on, let me double check.
Lovely usage of just poking. I love it. Just saved it.
I love the V reversal as well, just denying the plus frames on the EX Zonk there.
Yeah, there you go.
And
So
the
yeah, I was
EX
right. The kick version's -6. The punch version or the punch follow is -7. So he can't do sweep on the low version.
I mean, I see someone saying Mura makes mistake. He's making videos for us and himself, but he's not like his videos are to teach you characters. I mean, in a high-level match, everyone is going to be making mistakes. That's how.
Oh yeah, listen,
That is such a good point.
Fighting games are designed for you to forget things in the heat of the moment. That's what they're designed for.
Someone will. You have even the winner has to make plenty of mistakes. Like rarely doesn't make a mistake.
Yeah, that's why mental stamp is such a hot topic.
Ooh, sick.
Okay, there you go. EX flash kick. Back to neutral. He's got V-Trig on deck here. I think he should probably look for a raw activation and just try and reflect those boons back. With the way he's playing.
Oh, that was a sick buffer though, and I like the delay, but Linz is not taking it. Watch out, find that dash again, maybe? No, I mean, thinking that he's baiting that dash, maybe?
Oh, no,
Doesn't show any, he's not scared of the pipe, at least not yet.
He should have been scared of that jump, got too comfortable chucking booms. And Mura just sees it, jumps. Doesn't really feel the risk. Had a life lead, still have a life lead, even though 19. Kind of a jump for the game.
Oh, he got a clean jump in, but managed to block in time there, Linz, and he has to block this out. A nice buffer again.
Nice buffer, I love it. Oh, the delay? That looked really cheeky.
Oh,
and
nice V skill.
Nice.
He's busting out again. He has a good read on Mura's offense right now.
But a nice jump in from Mura gets his turn back.
Nice. Yeah, do you know what? I like that jump because I think more people should jump at that angle from Cody and exploit the stand hard punch's hitbox and make him just walk under you. Because ultimately you want to get out of the corner, not deal with that corner push.
Yeah, obviously standing hard punch is a fantastic anti-air, but it has limited, limitations, like you said, Jammerz.
Yeah, and the movement he showed to get it to that range was really crisp.
Throw again. Oh no, upside down kick. I think Mura tried to hold up and it didn't quite work out. He got hit by me, upside down kick. And that's going to be 3-2 there to Linz.
Was he looking for was he looking for him to shimmy? Just hard to, I don't know. How do you deal with shimmy when you don't have birdies jump medium punch, really?
No, like, no, honestly, okay, to be fair, I think this is what's very interesting about this game, right? So, Mura had a couple of resources to work with, right? So, look for the low, cancel into the pipe. You had V-trigger, so just just wake up, crouch, medium kick into the pipe. Or, if you think they're looking for that, then try and jump out, but obviously, he had upside down kick. Yes, he doesn't mean it hit him, but there's, again, these guys were talking about over the weekend at Rebel Kumite. You don't mix up your defensive options, no matter how wild they are, you're just going to be the most mundane player to watch, and just, like, people are just going to beat you.
Yeah, I think you're very easily exploited.
I think that after V-Shift got introduced, just running like a blackjack almost, no, a roulette table on your own defensive option is actually a lot more effective because people, they want to bait your V-Shift.
No, it's
there's
like
so many things. You have just having that one extra option makes it so much better to not be as risk versus rewarding.
We spoke about this before. It's like what V-Shift did was allow me to do everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like playing Battleship. It's like, I'm gonna take a guess here that your ship is here.
Hold on a sec, he's on his last legs here, Mura. I don't think he's got time to reflect another projectile. He might do, but no!
Oh, he misses the air-to-air, but there's no conversion on the landing. Still plus frames, yeah, but it's out of throw range.
Oh, and the pipe is out.
And, you know, Linz can sit here for 30 seconds.
That was a risky EX Hurricane from...
yes and no. It's got 3 hits of durability despite being a 2-hitting move, but...
Oh yeah, true. That's actually really good.
I'm telling you, he can sit there for 30 seconds just looking for that last whiff punish, and that was, I counted 14 seconds until Mura whiffed. He whiffed, and Linz was ready with the sweep. Shades of Tycho. Yeah, Shades of Tycho.
He has been fighting so well out of the corner, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, we visited the right side of the screen a fair bit in this matchup so far. Good V-shift, try to check that, get that dash, but good check there from Linz. Good stuff. Remember, this guy was in the close qualifiers, the Intel World Open, the sole representative from Egypt.
But I do think I think Mura was like 3rd at one of these events.
I think so, yeah.
Been there too. He is a really sick player, as we've seen a lot of times. I love how it's one of the few characters in the game that when you mess up the buffer, it's still a low. A lot of the lows which is like taking out Cammy Spiral are no longer a low. But if you mess up a buffer with Cody, you can still get that low, and he fights the command for one more.
No, it's done.
No, let's go.
Damn, 3 in a row, perfect timing. He was flopping the timing on the perfectly timed command grab, but then he gets 3 on the bounce for this round. And let's see if he can equalize here, or Linz is going to take it 4-2.
Lift you up in that.
He has 3 cars. He just spends it early because he knows he's gonna build it.
He's buffering that. Yeah. Okay. I think Linz is clocked now. Good damage here as well. There you go. Nice immediate throw with the EX Tornado Sweep as well. He's got 2 more bars to work with, but yeah. Mura needs to be very careful with that Stampede Punch buffer. That's getting him killed.
I'm definitely thinking Mura was looking for the V-shift there with that throw, but Linz still not used it. Just take the throw, got out. Such a great spot right now.
It's on the boom there.
That was a meatiest V-skill 2 there by Linz, using it really well. And again, that thing used to be abused when that thing first came out back in Champion Edition, but after that, they seldom use it, and so many people are not expecting the V-skill 2
I love the crouch walk as well. Linz is just spacing himself so perfectly, and this V-reversal to deny the plus frames on the EX Zonk as well. Linz is playing so on point. Wow, what a punish.
He found the spacing, but he pressed and he got counter it, and again gets... He finds that buffer a bit too close. Linz is now ready to block the low as well. But I have to say, I think both of these players are exhibiting some really great buttons and spacing in like button placements. And we're getting to like see that. What is Street Fighter thing? What is Street Fighter? We get to see a lot of that. Mura with the in and outs, trying to find the spacing for his things on block. And Linz really just looking to whiff punish him and start off the solo again.
Oh, okay.
Mixing up the defensive positions also in the corner as well, like the the options, the V shift or the all of that as well. just really good showing from Linz as well. Like both these players have been playing really well.
Yeah, so far it's 3 apiece between these guys. I believe it might be 4-2. I have to double check. But
Is it going
right
to be
now,
Poison?
it could be. It could be because I think he's tested the waters with Cody, and again, Mura 110% backed up his points. In the short set, I probably would have played Cody. In a long set, it doesn't quite work out. That's why I think at this point, especially in the pandemic era of fighting games, this is something I definitely don't hear get spoken about. Yes, you need a main, a secondary, potentially a tertiary character, but I feel depending on what you're involved in, you need the character for short sets, you need the character for longevity. He has now picked the character for longevity. Take it from me.
Jammerz, how do you feel about this matchup as the Poison expert in this booth?
At one point, I did think this was even. At the highest level, I did think it was 5-5, but a lot of people, they did convince me, and it was a case of it's very hard for Poison at times to keep up with Gao's Sonic Boom game, because Poison has about 7 or 8 different ways to deal with Sonic Boom, but you can't keep up with the timings, when he's not going to throw one out, is it going to be EX, is he going to jump? So he can get a hard read on what you do, so you've got to be very careful with that. But always you can just trade it at medium heart rate and do 90 damage to his 60 and build V-meter that way.
Oh boy, the hard read.
Yeah, what I like though about this pick is that he doesn't need to go for these risks that he does with Cody, so he's more inclined to just, if the game plan is working, you can just keep at it the same way, kind of. So you have more, as we spoke about, consistency. I mean, you put him in the corner instantly. Now he's in that V-trigger. You know what can happen here. Jammerz has shown me a million times how much damage a character actually can do. You'd be surprised.
Well,
I love this. I love this approaching with the Molotov.
It's all about optimizing. Hey, listen, when that V-trigger is activated, you'd be surprised how many people do not move. He's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Yes, he's dead. If he goes for the super and he does, and just like that, this is a way more solid way of like landing those doubles round after round, and he needs to come back with these rounds.
This is it, man.
This man on open fire.
It's safe, it's solid, and she's sexy. I think it works out. I think it works out.
Jammerz, that was 3 good points from you, Jammerz.
Thank you. I do my job every so often. Yeah, but at this range here, I like the spacing. If Linz can get the crouching hard kick with punish on the Sand Fierce, this is what he was talking about before, where a lot of people actually don't really know how to fight the character. Yeah, standing outside that range, and Gal can punish. He can punish crouch fierce only with CA. That's it, really.
Yeah. And you can instantly notice that MC Mura is just, he doesn't feel the need to, take any more forward steps from there. He's fighting from the perfect range, basically, and it's looking very different from the Cody before.
See, look at this. He's aware of it as well. You've got to be careful of the Sonic Boom to activate. Dash up, back throw there from Linz. Forward throw. Activate.
Oh, when he finds the activation, this is a good place. You have many throws to go for, and he just jabbed. Wow. Probably knew that was the character player knowledge. He knew that was gonna be either a shimmy or overhead kick after taking that throw. He's probably seen it many times before.
Yeah, I think he wanted to do jab into shocking heel into Molotov, but the shocking heel didn't come out, so he just happens to be jab into Molotov. That does happen sometimes playing the character, but you can still close this one out. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, nice. Dangerous back and forth
from Mura. Oh, he's ready though.
Anti-air so on point from Linz. Like, the whole set.
Heart rate.
I really like that. I kind of feel like this universe, I don't see why Guile needs to hold on to V-Trigger. He's so good.
So
exactly.
The V-reversal strategy in this matchup is probably one of his best tactics, because that means Poison can't use EX heart rate, or it's a bar wasted, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Just exchange resource for resource.
That's why you see like Mura just going for the stand hard punch, heart rate cancels. There.
No one in that year. He has seen that before. Ready for the neutral jump. Sorry, Jammerz. Oh, nice. There.
Oh, lovely take the punish. Just the Oki back throw.
I mean, sorry for interrupting you.
No, that's fine. It's something Poison players should be doing at high level anyway.
I was like, sorry, Jammerz, I don't see you do this.
That's what I thought you meant.
No. I'm sure you would do that as well. I'm done. Tense moment. And this is what I'm talking about. Linz can just block it out. Ooh. Nice dash. He knew he had to act. Who's not acting after a dash? You are jabbing or you are teching. You are really just sitting there. He knows that. Dash is quick. Into the air. Dodges the throw. Dodges the button.
I believe is it 4-3 to Linz now? Is it 4-3 to Linz now?
Was it not 4-2 to Linz? Yes, so now it's 4-3, I believe.
I think it's 4-3.
Now it's 4-3.
Let me double check.
I think so. Chat. Yeah.
Let me double check.
I think it was 4-2 and now it's 4-3. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
When he finds the jump in, Mura has a timing on those early Sonic booms from Linz.
I'm loving this set.
There you go. I think Mura plays like too clean. I think he needs to just be a little bit more dirty with the tools that he has. He's got some of the dirtiest characters in the game. Yeah, take it from me.
Yeah.
No, I spoke earlier. He's a purist player. He likes to do the things that he feels is the right thing, like over time. He doesn't like to. Oh, sick punish on the V reversal though.
That was clean. Good stuff. And he's dead. If he spends the
trigger.
no, he could have killed him one bar.
Yeah. Oh, but he's still getting ready for the back jump.
Yeah, once
Jammerz.
again, that thing that Jammerz doesn't do.
You guys are fantastic. I'm here all week.
You see,
Readjustment vibrate.
Yeah. Linz is just like waiting a little bit extra there because he's been jumped in so many times at the start of the round. Oh, completely ready to punish that.
Oh, and the hard raid.
Okay, he's finding his turn. And at this point, oh, nice. Guy just blocks himself out. I'd say just stay and be ready with kind of the V-reversal. Should he go for that EX? But he's finding Linz very passive now. Maybe afraid of the jump that he's been eating quite a few times in some scenarios.
Oh, I respect the attempt on the V-break with the fireball. That is a tactic to use. That is part of like anti-Gao tech universally now. You just need to get the spacing right. It's way better when Gao's throwing boots from the corner there.
Yes.
And it's also a way to push Guile into the corner, with the
yeah, but I'm saying it's better to do it near the corner. In mid-screen, the space is like highly finicky, so...
Yeah, exactly.
And you get open most of the time when you use the V-shift like that in the corner because you're not pushed back, right? So that's a great position. I like the usage there of either just interrupting those staggers from Mura instantly.
Nice block.
Get that low. Okay, looking good so far. Going to another final round here. Heart rate again. There you go. Good stuff. And he's got to notice as well that Linz is walking backwards a fair bit. So I want to see him try and clip him with the crouching medium kick. Try and get that link from that.
Yeah, you got to clip his wings.
Ooh, nice. He finds the jump out, and I love it. Just use it, because you already have such a great life lead. But Mura finds an angle where it's very tricky for him to anti-air, and he's suddenly put back into the corner. No resources.
Nice head to
I mean, no V-resources.
Very true.
Oh, he didn't believe he'd get the hit.
No, he had it. Oh, he finds the V-reversal. No! Wait! The
now I respect it because usually after like V-reversal they do a meaty boom. So
and this time Linz didn't jump. I love that reaction from adaptation from Linz.
Yeah, because it's just natural for people to just hold up back or up forward and just jump into the Molotov, but that's what we're waiting for as Poison players anyway.
Mura is waiting for the jump for a while and then pressing that crouch fierce and then doing
keep
that
the gray
over
life
and
up.
over.
Keep the gray life up. Trade with him. Do something.
Yeah. Oh, great point here. Linz is kind of getting back. He was so out of it. He's suddenly in again.
This movement.
Ah, that anti-air was never nerfed. Let's go. What's gonna be? No, we punish on the stand heavy punch.
Oh, he gets
don't activate. Don't activate because once you do, you might die.
Oh, no, hold on. Right, is he gonna do wake up super? He's not gonna do it.
Time is running out.
Oh, he finds the neutral jump shimmy. Nah, Mura, you can take like 10 throws.
Dude, 5-3. 5-3 to Linz. Do you know what I would have done there? I actually would have died by the throw. Because super's a threat. So me personally, going from a Poison player's perspective, I would have worked around the super. If he thrown me, that's what I mentally accepted. But he didn't do that. It's like, again, he flinched. And that's the first time it's kind of happened. So that game definitely slipped through his fingers. I do feel that before, when the Grey Life was like racked up and he didn't go for trade on the booms, that's when he messed up because he let him back in.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. He seemed a bit worried about the jump, only doing like 2 crouch fierces, and Linz, as you say, just got that Grey Life back. Yeah. Comeback though, he could take a couple of throws before even being in range for losing that round. 6 seconds left. But heat of the moment. Some of these patterns are hard to get rid of. I'm just loving the neutral game. They're just playing such classy neutral game.
Yeah, they're playing so patient. But did you see how Mura is kind of advancing forward a little bit more than the typical round from him?
I think he might have noticed that Linz has been hit by these jumps and has noticed and recalculated his game plan, so he can move more now because Linz is more wary about the jumping.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what happened there?
Yeah, messes up the activation there.
Oh, This is a combo. You have some drops. Nice interruption. You're both so close.
Oh, now you're.
Oh, I think you should just heart rate him in. Like, give up on super, just heart rate him in. Oh, okay.
Let's go, Mura with the young man reactions.
And this is why he was saving that EX bar.
There you go. All right, listen, even then, you can threaten Booms with, again, she's got a ton of anti-projectile tools. Super, EX Love Me Tender, Crouch Fierce, medium heart rate, low heart rate.
For sure.
She's got the tools there, and it's like, you just got to be ready for each and every one of them, I suppose.
I love those meaty BS skill 2 booms from Linz. Every time he gets a knockdown from a boom where, you know, Mura tries to jump over a boom, he goes for the meaty BS 2 boom. I really like that.
It's actually pretty good against the zoners, to be fair.
Yeah,
because there's a couple of angles where they're comfortable throwing out normal, so the dive sonic will most likely catch them. So.
Yeah, and also, you know, advancing a little bit forward, getting that screen position.
Oh, it's like a power tease dive kick? Is that what you're saying? A 4-man dive kick? It's not a cameo Dalsim dive kick, that's for sure. But I love how these round starts have just evolved. Every round start, pay attention to like them either like there's so much they just want something to be part of the round start. So they have so much mind games around the round start. This time Mura tried again with that delay, walk forward, then jump. Linz still waiting in anti-air. Such great moments to see.
You can kind of clearly see that they have a vision about what they want to do, you know? Nice interruption.
Upside down kick, he chased it down. Oh, he couldn't get a confirm. That was unfortunate.
That was a very... what could have been a flash kick maybe?
Anti-air? Oh, no, anti-air there from there. Okay, that should be the round.
There it is. Yeah, finds the activation.
That is the perfect sound effect for that V-trigger, by the way.
Do we have to change the score again? Apparently we're wrong. I'm pretty sure before they went to the character switch, it was basically 4-2 to Linz.
Yeah, I think so.
do. Yeah, it is 4-4.
Is it 4-4?
I think it's correct.
I thought it was 5-3.
I think so too. Oh, he finds that tech. He did that. That's a thing that Jammerz has done to me.
Oh, he's dead anyway.
As well. It's such a
Lights
good
out,
thing.
baby.
Yeah, that's not it though.
Nah, he's still alive.
Was it
Alright,
good for
V-shift
you?
the wake up. V-shift the wake up. Oh, never mind.
No, too
Oh,
late.
you for the V-shift as well with that throw OS most likely.
Was it good for you?
I mean, it's possible to just go back into the video and see.
Well, I was looking through the archive just now. Before that switch, right? It was
Speedy Gonzalez.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Right, hold on. Let me go back there. So before the switch, it was pretty sure it was 3-2, and then obviously Linz won that to be 4-2.
Yeah,
Right.
I think. I mean, these guys probably have a good call on what the score is. I mean, could someone just log in on CFN and just count the match for us? That would be great. Nice jumping from Linz.
The score is yes.
Yeah, it's 5-3 for Linz. Or it was, so it's 5-4, I think.
Oh, look at this Mura working all these stuns right now.
Okay, you can get a back throw here to end the round. Oh, he tried.
It was just a forward throw at that point, I think. Oh, he tried to do a
anything.
walk throw with that high bar though.
That was gutsy.
Oh, Mura definitely seen him walk back after the EX. What is it called? What do you pull us in, Jammerz?
What, heart rate?
Heart rate, EX heart. Seen him walk back.
EX heart
This
rate.
time, Linz actually just blocking low. Maybe he's knowing that he's been getting away with murder a couple of times. Remembering it, sitting it down. Ooh!
Now he's just trying to chip away here.
Don't worry, we're
looking for a
getting
rush
the
there.
score sorted out now, guys.
Yeah.
Don't forget,
Oh,
stream chat's always right, we're always wrong. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
that's very true. That's you gotta remember that.
We're always
Yeah.
wrong.
I really want to ask Linz if he actually did a dash up, crouch fierce, out of range to catch and crush a jab chip.
Oh, nice throw
nice
bait. He
throw
should have got the
bait.
combo. He done the medium love me tender. He could have got more stun there.
Keeping
Go
score
on
is
them with
unfair
the,
to the
yeah,
patient.
go on them with the perfect logic there.
Yeah.
And just as all of this mess is going up, I think Mura is going to be tying
look at
this
this
game
Mura.
up. Oh, again. And then
Mura is working
oh,
so well right now.
All right, there we go. Coming back into this. Well, before we had to change the score, I thought it was 5-4. I thought it'd be 5-5 now, but clearly it's not 5-5
What is it now?
because
Tell us.
right. That
No, it
says
is
that,
5-5.
no, that says 3-1 in the lobby now, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
before you went, it was 4-2 to Linz.
Yeah.
Right? Linz only won 1 game, so that's 5.
Yeah.
And
Plus
then
3.
Mura's got 3.
The other
Is that
one,
not
yeah.
5-5?
5-5. It is 5-5.
So who's wrong here, me or them?
them.
I'm
They're
pretty sure.
always wrong.
I'm pretty
Jammers,
sure
they're
it's 5.
always wrong.
I'm pretty sure it's 5-5 at the moment.
When have they ever been right, Jammerz?
Oh man, we bring in out. We should.
I don't know. I think it's 5-5 at the moment, but apparently I can't count. Apparently I can't
Me
count.
neither. I can count the potato.
Yeah, I can count to at least 3.5. Okay, let's go. Mura has been really clinically going in on Linz as we've been trying to find out what this result is. We've not even been able to properly highlight the great adaptations that he's been doing.
He's playing really well right now.
There we go. Nice combo
corner
into the corner.
with
Yeah.
Kyle.
Coast to coast, baby.
He's not stunned yet though.
No, but it's like I thought. It's guess for game in this situation. Is he gonna find it?
Oh, that was so clean.
Yeah,
That's
the
so
dragon
clean.
suplex.
Can we get the score to be 5-5 on the top, please?
Yeah, if you're team 5-5, type 1 in chat. If your team team 5-5 is wrong, 2 in chat.
1,
Let's
baby.
go. Yeah, I'm all 1. All 1s from me.
There we
I
go,
think
there we
it's.
go.
Great conversion there. Oh, he's not ready. He does do the throw, but he's not thinking about the V-shift, letting Linz out, even though he could definitely have punished him there. Nice block. I really like the movement from both players. They have such good understanding of ranges, spacing, and how to use the character's buttons, not just finds the anti-air again. Mura.
Yeah, that was, that was a pretty confident crouch fierce anti against Poison's dive kick.
Yeah.
Nice anti.
Yeah,
Oh, he missed
nice
it. Had to wait a little bit later. Just had to wait a little bit later.
Yeah, that requires some manual timing.
That's why we don't play Poison, Jammerz. We don't manual time things in this house.
But she
nice. And he got the crush. And the super connects. Still not dead though.
Not dead yet. Throw.
There you go. Just go for the throw.
I was gonna say, Jammerz, they're both 1 hit away from dying, even though Linz had like 30%.
Actually,
and Mura was just like 1 hit.
Tell you a lie. Tell you a lie. Right? So it was so 6-5 now to Linz, but in that situation there, I think even with the slight grey health, I don't think the raw CA would have killed. Only because I know for some most powerful characters, their health has got to be on the stun bar or slightly below it to get a raw CA to kill them.
Okay. What about if you got some of those V-Trigger 1 conversions?
Oh, then they're dead. Ooh. Oh, did he?
What was that?
Did he stop moving? Oh, I thought he stopped moving.
Yeah.
And Linz, the gentleman is waited to see if he had any issues with his controller. Mura just stopped moving. It was like a taunt in the face of Linz, but Linz, the gentleman,
He went limp for a second there.
Habibi, are you okay? Is what he said. Habibi, I got you, Habibi. Let's go.
There you go, taking it down, upside down kick. Oh, he's done a delayed crouch medium, okay. There you go, good damage here. Is he gonna V-shift? No! He did a flash kick, he risked it. Do you know what? He would have died either way. If whatever choice Linz took and Mura guessed correctly, he was gonna die either way. But you know what, he guessed wrong, got hit by the X flash kick.
He takes those big turns trying to catch one of those delays. I'm loving these evolutions of their pressure where they're now delaying a lot, both of them. Gone from being very tight in the beginning, right now really changed it up. Overhead, big crouch medium punch, as you mentioned, Jammerz. We're seeing the evolution of the match as it goes. Nice, if I hit.
That's a chunk of, that's like eating Ben and Jerry's. Look at these chunks on the life bar.
I mean, there's big damage from point. Mura only plays big damage character, let's say that, and Linz only plays honest footsie beasts.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that, and that's Guile I'm talking about right now.
Guile.
Alright, hold on there, try to go for a raw jump. He tried to react to a boom with a jumping hard kick there. Interesting choice there from Mura.
I wonder what the punish is on V-shift for Guile after throwing that. I'm gonna have to ask about that.
Oh, nice trading with the whip that was in favor of...
I think Guile does sweet, doesn't he?
Yeah, I thought so too, but he's been letting him get away with V-shift quite a few times, even when going for throws, so it is interesting. So patient in the corner as well.
He's waiting for super. I'd wait for super if I were you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, wait for V-Trigger. Activate V-Trigger, punish the move. Okay, never mind.
Oh, he just went right. He wanted the bars, Linz. He's down around. He does not want to start without the bars. He'd rather lose the game.
Now he knows how it feels, you know, trying to get in against Poison. Let me in. Let me in.
Right. Nice. I just like the movement from both players, and I feel like these jumps are so you can really see the thought process behind them, and jumps like that are jumps that's going to work out, and they have been working out a lot of the time in the set, and when they're punished, it's not really into OK or anything.
Crouch fist, gonna get that. All right, gets the confirm off the stand fist there. Sometimes throwing out that stand fist, that should be dead. Heavy heart rate. Yeah.
Yo.
Big go.
Big damage.
I said it earlier. It's like getting those chunks in the ice cream, man. Look at those chunks on the life bar.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at characters, if we look at the damage comparison between two characters, who's got the better damage output on the ground, or like overall in general, it is Poison. So Guile has to be careful in various areas. And again, I'm pretty sure like, you heard it on commentary, you've heard it from other players as well. Sometimes throwing out a random fierce on defense son could turn the whole game around for you. And even in one of that pressure strings that Linz was doing, Mura threw out the hard kick, got the confirm, and was able to get that pressure, and then it with a 2-bar combo.
I really like that trade from Mura. Definitely in his favor against the boom.
I mean, after the swap from... that's a lovely jump. He really had a timing on that. Oh,
what was that?
Years boom like that, it worked out for him, even though he definitely failed.
Oh, dude, you can get a better punish than that. You can get a better punish than that, but I kind of respect what he did there. Sweep activate, you can still get some OQ.
Yeah, doing what came up, you know, first in his mind, probably.
Yeah. You can't, because it's like minus 12 Guile sweep, and it's a 2 in sweep, so you can get full punish from stand fist all the time.
Yeah, that is very true. But it is something that can, you know, sometimes throw off.
No, he thought he was going to do the reversal. That was unfortunate.
Oh yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah, he done stand fist. He's dead anyway.
Here we go, the Molotov. Oh no!
Too far. No, it's too far. Don't worry, the combo. He didn't drop the combo. He didn't get the spacing right.
Okay. Nice.
Good from you to confirm. Oh, he just...
He was ready. He was ready. But I think it's interesting. Linz was up 4-2 against the Cody, and now Mura is up 4-2 with the Poison. So the evolution of these last 4 games, we don't really know if it's going to be close enough, because it hasn't been close in either 6-game kind of sessions.
I'm loving this right now.
Nice anti with the crouching fierce again. Again, like, Mura's been exhibiting like all the tech that he can do in the neutral to combat the sonic booms. He's been taking a couple of risks of the hard reads with the jump-ins as well. Some have worked out, some haven't. But for the most part, he's definitely been holding his own. And I think it's more threatening in the neutral aspect than it was with Cody. I think he was too reserved with Cody, dare I say it.
Oh, patience from Mura. He's going to get paid for
I
the
was like,
patience.
dude, you got to do low point activate at some point. There you go, lots of damage there from the activation. Throw, is he going to do flash kick?
Linz was basically asking him out to dance. He's like, it takes two to tango.
Yeah, he was so
there it
rewarded
is!
for his patience.
Big damage.
There's no EX, so there's no more.
Dead.
He gets the combo and the kill. Oh yeah.
I love it. He definitely heard what I said about watching him walk back and catching him. That's something Cody isn't fantastic at doing without V-Trigger 2. With Poison, it's like, oh, you're walking back, I'm going to clip your crouching medium kick later.
And I mean, that patience from Mura was like 3-4 seconds, and it paid off from 80% from like with that insane comeback just from the patience.
Yeah, he didn't bite or flinch. That was so impressive.
Linz though, he's making a statement again this round.
Jumped out, caught the crouch fist anti-air.
Yeah, oh, he walks under. I like that. That's sick high-level play. Let's go. But the activation though on Mura's side.
Too far.
Nice speed reversal as well, just ignoring that. There you go. Clinical finish from Linz.
Finds the crouch fierce anti-air.
All right.
7th place for Linz.
Interesting. I like how it's going. They're keeping it like neck to neck, very close here. I like the fact that Mura's not afraid to take the risk with the jump-ins, and I like the spacing that Linz is actually at, getting the successful crouch fists, because there are a couple of ranges where it's like you can do that and the crouch fist might not work. And I've seen Daigo do like Gao high kick against that stuff as well. I think Linz needs to be a little bit more confident with his spacing and choice on the ground with the sonic boom, and just really understanding the spacing that Linz is trying to traverse to get around the whip. He's been excellent trying to get those hard reads on the V reversals at times, but I think Linz can slow down and definitely wait for the stab fist to cartwheel.
Oh, look at this. All of these hits are right now working for MC Mura. The crouch hard punch, the crouch medium kick, everything.
Oh, I love it. He's been chucking fireballs and he slows down at just the right time. He has some kind of like subconscious feeling on Mura's jump timing. Great stuff there. Finally finds that very
Told you
hard
got nerfed. Told you got nerfed. Good block. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. That's going to be the optimal punish.
Oh, he drops it.
No, just no.
But it's still not over. But Mura knows that the heavy...
There it is.
Nice.
Didn't even need the resources. Very lucky for Linz. Actually wanted to use the resources first, but drops the confirmation there at the first time.
Dude, that would have been so sick if he punished the EX Love Me Tender with the whole, like, jab into boom activation CA. That would have been so sick.
Yeah, that was basically like, don't you ever try and overhead me again.
Because I would have clipped it and sent it to everyone that complains about the overhead. Nice block of the flash kick. Optimal punish.
Crush counter again. Yeah, and I mean, only reason Linz is in the corner is that after putting on an amazing neutral game, he has been like, he's jumping at the end, gets put into the corner. Everything else been so right now in this round.
Nice back fist as well.
Yeah, forward hard punch works out there for Linz. Throwing out the EX boom, gonna activate, throw. I think he should walk up, throw him again. I would have tried to walk up, throw him again, but it didn't work.
Yes. Oh, and he finds the throw. It's interesting because so many of these situations he's been doing the forward heavy kick. Mura is probably thinking it's just gonna keep on coming. Linz finally catches himself being too one-sided with his decisions and finds the throw when it actually matters. Is he up 8-6 now?
It's 8-6 now. It's 8-6, don't worry.
It's very,
Pat, no, do you know what? Maybe I'm not so sure, Veggey. We can't count.
I mean, yeah, who knows? I mean, imagine if we were wrong, how embarrassing that would be.
In a land far away, I think it is 8-6.
I feel like we're wrong. Just out of principle, we're wrong.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Alright, it's fine. No, anyway, let's get back to this.
You should have heard fourth wall, guys, but you can't. What you can do, all the goodness only for us.
That was very nice jumping from Mura.
Oh, he got jumped in on again!
Movement.
Do you know what? I definitely like the way he's been handling Sand Fizz. He's got 1 or 2 whiff punishes, but he's been jumping it a lot of the time as well, actually. So.
Yeah, and did you see how he baited it out? He went in, out, and then he just went out forward jump. In like the range when Mura thought, finally I found the range to press it in range, right?
He's trying to do that again. The back and forth from Linz.
He's not dead. He's not. I don't think he's dead. Let me find out, because he could have got more damage here. Actually, he might be done. No, not quite. Okay.
No, he's not.
Was it good for you?
He committed to the cartwheel. If he didn't commit to the cartwheel and got a different punish, he definitely would have died.
Oh, but he gets that with a V-reversal.
Trade, go for the double KO. Go for the double KO.
I want it.
Go for the double KO. He's not going to do it.
Oh, he finds it. How did he find it?
He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
He has EX. He has EX. Let's go.
Wait for the EX move. Right, now go for double KO. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
He's going to lose this.
No, it's both sides. Oh, what a block! What a block! Come on, this is too tense.
He lost it.
Clean. Both of these sides, the movement is too clean. This is too high level right now for a region that most people have never even heard about. And you can see this kind of neutral. This is sick.
I love that.
They definitely have a more strategical, passive approach. I could definitely think of a couple of European players that the aggressive ones that would be like let me fight these guys. But they could also be hanging themselves if they go up against these 2 players. You know?
I hope they have their notebooks open.
And the spacing there on that bazooka knee.
Look at this pressure from Linz in the corner right now.
Do you know what? He was actually probably at the best spacing you could be against in poisoning in the corner. He actually handled it really well there, Linz.
Yeah, he really knows the matchup.
Oh, nice with punish from Mura. Gets some space. And he finds the counter, but did not really believe it did that. What did it go? The roll around? V-skill?
What, cartwheel?
Yeah, cartwheel. You got it.
All right, no back throw there. I think he tried to just walk out of the range, gets another crouch fierce, and yeah, this is not really working out for Mura, and I think he's going to try another hard read at some point of the V-reversal. Yeah, okay.
Oh, nice. Kind of risky, though. He has been paying off for it. Nice reaction and a throw for the death.
And Linz was like, I'm sorry for ever throwing a fireball at you.
Ooh, nice spacing. Oh, whiffs the heavy punch, but finds the jumping on block anyway, so he gets to start to pressure. Nice anti-air. Jammerz. Crouch medium punch, baby.
Look, he stood, or he jumped out of range where crouching medium punch is going to work. That's his fault.
It wouldn't work if
sorry for ever throwing a fireball again.
That's all I have to say about that. Let's get back to the game, sorry.
Let's see, just walking him down to the corner here. Linz is using that walk speed to get out. Going to activate off of EX heart
I like
rate.
this activation, yeah.
It's plus double digits. Nothing much really happens as you want to go for like a delayed pressure after it, but throw, I'd
It looks funky though.
Yeah, it looks
the
funky.
delay dash!
That's why I said it. I like it.
He's not gonna jump. Yeah, he's not gonna jump.
But are we gonna see a dash?
Gonna cook him up.
Gonna see another dash overhead? No, just the overhead itself. That's not needed. Yeah, this is big. Yeah, this is big trish.
Is he gonna V-shift?
Corner.
That could have been punished properly. He could have won the round there, Mura. No. Okay.
Finds the crouch fears finally. I mean, that he almost lost that round from a very unnecessary decision in the overhead, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, but he got punished.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? Because it is online, you take advantage of it. It's like, it's probably going to find it hard to react to, so I'll just throw it out. And from mid-range, it's pretty hard to do. Now, you take your chance with that because the overhead, look at the situation he's in. The overhead could win him the game. So you're like, okay, this might win me the game. I will take my chances. Remember, 50-50 odds are pretty damn good odds, all right? So we'll take that.
50,
and don't
50
forget
that
50-50
against Linz because he's been blocking that on reaction like a perfect example of like he could make the YouTube video how to deal with the EX overhead from Poison. That's how good Linz has been at blocking that. But
he's gonna make a video out of that.
Yeah, it could have been a
content,
flinch
man.
against
The content writes itself. The content writes itself.
Good script.
Yeah, and it could have been a flinch on a fireball I was looking for, right? Because it is invulnerable. It might have been looking for a fireball and just done it. It beats both of them.
Did we see a last-minute character select?
Yeah, I believe it was Linz that went back to the character select screen. I'm not sure if he wants to change V skills, V triggers, or swap to his secondary. But it
Thank you, willing but not able.
It has been an interesting set so far. It's definitely one of the more slow and methodical sets we've seen on the show so far. And we've been doing this for quite some time now. Like I said, we've passed 30 episodes of the show in general. So shout out to everyone that's been locked in and enjoying the ride.
Okay, I was very scared that we were actually wrong about the score and that they knew it and it was done. Since Liz went back for so long, but yes, let's go.
They swapped characters. Relax.
Okay, nice.
I can't handle the score anymore.
I was worried there, Jammerz. We might have been hung. We're back in it. What's the score now anyway? Because I really don't know. Okay, it's 8-7. Okay. Are you sure it's not 9-7? I thought it was 9-7. Okay, never mind.
Biggie, we gotta learn.
So what, are you just trying to confuse us?
I'm completely lost right now. I don't want to have any opinions. And you know, when I'm on tangents, that's when Boo just destroys.
No, it's 8-7 to Linz. It's 8-7. Relax.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Look
right.
at this nice start from Mura.
Oh, okay.
Nice
Jump out.
rush counter. He's gonna. Oh, didn't go for the side switch.
Interesting. He teched there. I guess he didn't want to get back throw. Yeah. All right. Oh, he didn't go for the break. And I saw Linz try to react to a break as well there. Interesting stuff. Love the mind games going on between these two right now.
I want to call the mini Boo Minion.
Why?
I don't know. It sounds funny.
Okay.
Throws out the Boo Minion.
Sonic boom.
Ay. Thanks for the love. Ooh, nice. That could have been empty. That could have been one thing I've been missing from these players are the empty jumps to blow up the straight up anti-airs because both Guile and Poison are susceptible to empty jumps. That's like the only thing missing.
The thing is, it should be easier for Mura to get an anti-air using the light shock and heal against Linz than it should be for Linz to get flash kick anti-airs because Linz is moving around a lot and he's losing charge at times. I wouldn't do that though. You can get Oki from that. Not from the EX heart rate, you should be doing EX Avant line or medium Avant line.
No, the walk-ups were just too brave.
Don't do crouch fist.
Yeah, and see, he pays for those walk-ups.
Careful with crouching fist.
Trying to bait him.
This is what Poison does the best.
Yo. Yeah, you don't need that V-trigger, just V-reversal.
Was it for you?
Here's the thing, you got to be very careful, right? And like, F-Words was saying this for the longest time. The moment he laid eyes on Poison's V-Trigger 1, don't tech when she's in V-Trigger 1. There's just no point.
Yeah, you died.
There actually is no point. And,
otherwise, she's going to ask you, was it good for you?
Oh, for sure.
Which it was not.
I think it's a case of, like Veggey said, I think you should V-reverse a little bit more. But again, Veggey, we've all been in that position where it's like, I should, but V-Trigger is much more tempting and can bring you back. V-reversal doesn't necessarily bring you back into the game, you know?
But yeah, I know what you mean, but I feel like for Guile is one of those characters, you don't need V-Trigger to win. He's so good without it anyway.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, I'm not
more
out here,
access
so
to more
I can't,
damage.
of course, no.
You get access to more damage in V-Trigger. So, look, the more damage I do to you, the less time I have to play you. So.
Yeah, but you can, but you can definitely play some of these characters without the trigger, pretty much. I feel like Balrog is one of those characters as well.
Yeah, so there's a number of characters that don't need their triggers.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not the game, I'm afraid.
Oh, look at these baits here. Linz is a bit reluctant to V-reversal because he knows that he can be baited, and MC Mura is taking advantage. Oh, there.
No,
Nice
good jump out.
out.
Lovely jump out there. He knew he wasn't going to like go for the regular meaty with the standing fist, and he
Oh, he did the buffer and he inputted the motion too late or negative edge or whatever and got it anyway, which was like a buffer into a frame trap.
Careful.
Wake up jab, buffer into
The
a
boom
frame
minion.
trap.
Careful with your
Both can chip
booms,
right
man.
now. Or, I mean, soon, very soon. I mean, one more now and he'll be chipped, right?
Chip him.
Just chip him. There you go.
There you go.
So close.
I don't know what Linz was thinking in that situation, honestly.
Well, first of all, he was too close.
Yeah.
He was definitely too close. So.
Too close.
But again, sometimes you can't help it. That whip has got a lot of range on it. You just got to study it.
Yeah,
But again, like Linz has been like playing exceptionally well in regards to working around the whip at times.
For sure.
I think there's times where he could like get a clean punish, but I don't think he's ready for it like mentally at the time. So.
Yeah, that was a deer in the headlights moment, I think.
And an interesting thing there just before the chip is that Mura was expecting him to try to jump and get back and did an air whip earlier, so Linz might have experienced that quite a few times earlier in their set.
That's
another
true.
room, we might have been very like locked down from previous experiences.
The options were many from Mura.
Trying to bait a V-reversal there, but he doesn't. He's not going to do a V-reversal right there. I get the hard read attempt, but the thing is, even Linz not even ready for the hard read attempt there. Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
nice blocking. He gets
Nice
out.
pressure from Mura. This is looking bad for Linz.
That was a great jump
counter,
and a
that's
great
it.
rush.
There it is. Nice
Mura
work.
certainly back in the lead. He was in the lead early with those two games, the first to two. But then, as Jammerz said, the Cody long set thing doesn't work.
well,
Damn.
he's got.
Poison.
Listen, he's been more audacious with the jump-ins. He's got a couple of crush counters here and there, catching Linz, pressing buttons and throwing booms. Things are working out, and now he's got the lead. He might be able to take it, or we might be going to a 9-9 here. Who knows? Let's find
go
out.
I want to see it 9-9 in the
9-9,
last
please. Let's go to the floor 9-9, please.
Yeah, 99.
Yeah, elevator going up.
Nice anti ready again. That was not a range that you could have empty jumped anyway, so just take it like that. Great round so far.
Nice flash kick. Was so ready.
Hey, that was
like
nice.
this.
You know, good challenge there. Good challenge.
Builds up meteor in the stun as well with the the flash kick.
That was a very risky challenge with the jab because again, Poison's four frame traps, they're like really good. But again, I think Mura's been delaying his pressure a bit too much. So I kind of like the risk that Linz took there with the challenge with the stand light punch. Get the can hit confirmed for the stun on that round.
Linz is the guide on how to block EX overhead for Poison. Every time, every round. He's gonna block that.
Now he doesn't need to apologize for those projectiles anymore.
Nice. Steps out.
Nice trade.
Here.
Once again, another trade.
Could have got a pick up there, but I suck at doing that. Like, Item's the only one I see who gets the pick up on the trade, so.
Yo, that was
loving this. Oh, and he's gonna cook him up in the corner.
Keep him here, yeah, just keep him here, but he's dead. He's dead.
No, he's
Tempest.
definitely dead. Just don't drop this.
There you go.
Bulk up. Yeah, there you go. And we're
9-9.
gonna go 9-9. We went for the floor 9, room 9, please.
That's, do you know what's insane? It's going from what we witnessed, last time with a set as volatile and exhilarating as ISDD versus Jimmy.
Yeah.
To more methodical, slow. These guys are like,
yeah,
right, I got so much respect for my opponent, not so much disrespect. I got so much respect for my opponent. Let me work this out. V reversals, the triggers are coming into play, and we see it. And again, the score's the same, by the way. The score's the same as what we saw before.
It's so...
That's
That's what makes it so fascinating, like how a long set can develop in such a different way and has such a different energy to it,
Well, it's the first to one at this point.
Yeah, it is.
See how it goes.
Oh, no guns buried or no holes buried. Oh, Mura with the great start. Linz, that's been a while since he's been busting out. I think Mura might have just even forgotten about it.
Want a treat?
No, thank you.
Oh, you're on a diet?
Oh, he tried to run away. He tried to back throw. He tried to run away from the back throw attempt, but it didn't work out there.
I like the delay, air to air. Very good position for Mura right now. Again!
Careful, careful. He can still do heart rate a lobby tender from there.
Oh, that was so close. Oh, go against the crouching forward there. Linz on set point.
Damn, this has been back and forth. Can Mura take it to a final round? Or is Linz going to take it here? I don't know. These guys have been slow for the most part. I think someone needs to pick up the pace here.
Yeah, but
excuse me, can we get 2 more rounds, please?
Yeah, that would be very good, but not looking right now. Linz wants to end this. He's been, you know, some of these rounds when Linz just starts going forward, it's just like he's turning on some reads that are always correct, and they're there and they're there. Oh, nice blocking.
And he's placing those buttons so well right now. Linz finding those CX booms right now.
Good spacing. He's got a considerable life lead here as well. Cancels the Molotov, and he's not going to get out of this corner unless he hits a combo.
Man, this is a tough spot for Mura.
Oh, he doesn't find a jump, but luckily for him, he has one more reaching resource.
Yeah, wants to use that up pretty soon.
Damn,
but the
Molotov's
boom
gone.
is there. Oh, he
The Dream's dead. Molotov's gone. He tried to bait.
Oh, he tried it.
He had no reason to be reversal there, but I can see why he made the attempt, because just in case Linz felt, you know what, I feel like throwing out the V reversal, but he's been caught back too many times, but at the perfect opportunity, he waited, he baited, and he took the round there, and that's going to be it. 10-9.
Yeah, Habibi Linz with the wins, baby.
Go bars,
baby.
Yo, that was. Listen, you know what?
These bars.
That was pretty clean from the gents. I gotta say, regardless of the score, it went down to the wire. A lot more slow pace. Some of the sets I've seen on the show in the past, but it was fantastic stuff there from both of them.
This is why I wanted you guys to see these players, because they play the Street Fighter that we remember, right? That slow-paced Street Fighter, and I just loved watching it. I truly enjoyed this set between these two, and I'm so happy it went down to the wire. Both, in my opinion, 10-9, you're both a winner. There's
exactly.
No it's like a 9-9.
Usually with 10-9 or final game, final round, regardless of the scoreline, it's like, look, well, it probably boiled down to a coin toss, or I lost too much health at the start of the round, I couldn't make the comeback or something. So there's not too much to be upset about, I feel. If that was like a 10-3, 10-4, it's like, damn, I got to work on this, got to work on that. It's like, nah, you know what? We can work with this, and then maybe next time in the run back, I'll be able to turn this around. Because, again, remember, like, Mura swapped to 2 characters, and almost took it there. Like, Lynn stuck with it through and through with the guile. But we can talk about that with the gents after we come back from this 5-minute break. And during that break, we're going to figure out how to count. So stick by with us, and then we'll be back.
I think we know how to count. I think the
Jets,
stick how to count.
By with us, and we'll be back with you in about 5 minutes. See you in a bit.
Guess it's time to start warming up.
いつかあの背中に追いつくために。さーて一丁やってやりますかねえ。さつらすりゃすりゃいけとあいつつやさっさと始めようぜ。俺は誰にも負けねえ。
Ladies and germs, welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets. If you have just joined us, the set has concluded. We had some great games, and we had some people can't do mathematics apparently. That's what I've told during the break. Anyway, but we got to congratulate first of all both of them for participating in this, because it was great to see the different philosophy on Street Fighter 5 from the Egyptian community as well. But we got to chat to these guys before we let them go. But Linz, Mura, can you guys hear me loud and clear once again?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you as well.
Fantastic. Gentlemen, like we said, thank you very much for participating. Linz, congrats on the win there. Solid guard play, I must say. Getting a bit nail-biting at times. They're a bit worried, but it was great show of patience, your boom game, everything in general. And you know what? We also have to talk to you guys how you felt about the set and other things as well. But I think Olvaha wanted to clear something up before we got into the first to 10. So Olvaha, I'll let you take this one away.
I want to clear the air before we started the set. I said it wrong, man. I screwed up, man. I failed you all. So, MC Mura.
Yep.
Where does that name come from?
All right, so it's a two-parter, right? There is the MC part and the Mura part. My real name is Amr, like Veggey said before, and Mura is the nickname or like the friendly way of calling someone with that name. It's like a guy called, like calling a Jacob Jake. That kind of
Okay.
thing. The MC comes from it's Metro City, because growing up I used to love beat 'em up games like Final Fight.
Okay.
And that's actually why I play Poison and Cody, because of the attachment to Final Fight. If I was playing for the matchup spread, Balrog would 100% be in that team. No doubt about it.
I mean, have you considered picking up Balrog like at all? I mean, a lot of people say he's difficult to play. Other people say he's hard to play. I mean, hey, listen, don't worry. And of course, ever since, because it all started with Boxer. Obviously, got a couple of buffs that people disregarded, and then Infectious came with the strategy of using the V-Trigger 1 for V-shifts, and then people didn't understand why he did that. And then Pugera came out of nowhere. He returned to Boxer, and then he just started beating people up in the Japan region. So, and then some people been like, you know what? Tokido picked up Boxer for SFL, and people are starting to go, you know what? I might need that pocket Balrog. So has MC Moore ever considered just adding Balrog to that repertoire? I think you'd win every tournament under the goddamn sun if you paired that trio.
I did, obviously, but, you know, it's already difficult as it is to play two different characters, especially since Poison and Cody are completely different archetypes. Like, they don't play remotely the same. So adding another guy to the mix was already, like, it's too much brain work, you know? Like, I couldn't wrap my head around it.
I mean...
It's honestly easy.
He says too much brain work. I mean... Poison does press crouch fist. I have to do like 3,000 sit-ups a day to make sure I can press crouch fist like properly. And then there's EX Zonk, or all you have to do is meditate for about 2 seconds, and it comes out.
So in MC, in Metro City, Amr's defense, he did not use EX Zonk that much randomly because it's not in his style. He's a purist. Are you a purist, Mura? You are playing really solid with characters that have some kind of random tools. Why did we not see more random EX Zonks from your Cody? Because I know you want to talk about this. You don't like that style. Tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I really hate... I want to call it out, the Super Diamond Cody playstyle.
Wow.
Which is like EX Zonks 24/7 and standing heavy kick. And that's all they do in the entire match. The issue is with Guile is more likely than not he's going to be throwing booms or crouching medium kicks, right? So me going in with an EX Zonk is very unlikely to actually get the hit. He doesn't walk forward that much, right? So maybe versus the characters that would like to walk forward a bit, EX Zonk is more valuable. But versus Guile, I don't see it being that useful. If I have V-Trigger to activate, sure. Otherwise, yeah, it's not that.
Interesting.
I think EX Tornado is better in this matchup.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. I mean, after the buff
That's
got
why it was
like
added,
in like season 4, I think it was, where it got 3 hits of durability to help like combat Guile's V-Trigger 1. I can see that, but I'm amazed you call it the Super Diamond Cody playstyle. I mean, listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And there's very little drawbacks to both those buttons. Or sorry, Zonk is going to be frame advantage regardless, and stand hard kick, well, if it's well spaced, and it cross counters. So remember, at the average level for the game right now, or even some of the slightly lower levels, you only see the reward, and the reward's always going to be big. It's never going to be small in this game. So I mean, I can kind of understand where you're coming from, but I do feel as well, at times, maybe not against Linz, because I imagine you guys play a fair bit, but maybe against other people from the African region, or like when events start to open up again, you go internationally, I think you need to start bringing dirt to a boxing match, man. I think you need to play a little bit dirty at times. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, yeah, but you also have to consider that Guile doesn't need the V-Trigger versus Cody, right? He doesn't need it at all, so he always can V-reversal.
Yeah, but that's interesting because Linz, I wanted to do my rhyme again. Can I do that first, Jammerz?
Go for it, please, if you want to.
Habibi Linz with the wins, baby, baby. Okay, sorry. So you know, Linz. One thing I noticed, like, much like Akainu, you like to sit on V-Trigger even with life leads. What is the reasoning for why you are so reluctant at times to V-reversal when I personally feel like the V-reversal is a V-Trigger for Guile in itself? Lay it on me. Why are you sometimes just so reluctant to just let the V-reversals fly?
I think like some situation I rather have my V-Trigger over my V-reversal just to get like free pressures more than one mix-up. But I think in situation like X Zong and for Cody, like it's a no-brainer. Like I cannot take that without throwing V reversal. Sometimes there's like situation I have overconfidence. Yes, I can block that afterwards. You know,
Yes.
it's in his mind. You know, mind games. But there's no actual reason. You should V reversal that every fucking time. Sorry. 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 Oh my god. I did it again. Sorry.
Okay.
So sorry.
Habibi.
I'm so sorry.
I definitely
You
do.
should V reversal it like every time. You should never take that.
Okay, fair play. No, listen. Sometimes the V reversal strategy against Cody is actually pretty effective, especially with some of the zoners and some of the other characters he has a difficult time getting in on in general. And even the V reversal strategy works well against Poison as well, which I kind of wanted to get Mura's perspective. Like, if you do have numbers, how do you feel the Cody matchup is against Guile and the Poison matchup? Like, if you could give us numbers.
I think in a short set, Cody versus Guile is 5-5, honestly. Cody can 100% rob him, and I started out very well at the start.
Yeah.
The longer it goes, I think the more difficult it is, because you're playing off of Guile's mistake, and that's pretty much it. So as the set went on, I felt like there wasn't that much to do, right? I've already like played out most of my cards. So I feel like the long sets, maybe 6-4 to Guile. Obviously, if he's as solid as Linz. Poison, I feel is 5-5, honestly. I don't think it's maybe slight advantage to Guile, but I don't think it's anything worse than 5.5. It's even.
Okay, fair play. Because again, we started to see it. Like I was saying about it before when we were talking about the point you made before about characters in short sets and characters with that extra like longevity to them. And Poison was the latter, right? At the moment you pick Poison, the whole dynamic of the set changed. You had better ideas, the Sonic Boom. You could be much more adventurous on offense and even like get better frame traps and such. So it's working out for you, and it even went down to the wire there. So I mean, it was great that you showcased both the characters, but definitely in future, I think probably Poison is the better pick for you in terms of at least going up against Guile anyway. Because I imagine for you that the matchup spread you had now, like Poison and Cody, despite them being your favorite characters, of course, I think they pretty much covered the vast majority of the Street Fighter 5 casters. Is that correct in me saying, Mura?
I don't think so, no, actually. I play him purely for emotional attachment, to be honest. Cody is my favorite character, so even though I do like Poison and have emotional attachment towards the character, Cody is still my favorite, so I had to try. I think both of them lose to, for example, Dulcim. Dulcim is really bad for both of them. I don't particularly love... maybe Poison is alright versus Guile, but M. Bison is kind of difficult for both. But the thing about Cody is that he fights some of the top tiers surprisingly well, like Urian, like Rashid. He's very good against them. And they can be kind of difficult for Poison, but I feel like I am much more confident in these matchups with Cody.
Okay.
Some coverage, but not that perfect.
What is it with Rashid that you think Cody deals so well with?
So the thing about it is that Cody's whiff punishment is really good and can lead to high damage. And Cody actually have a mid-screen character-specific combo against Rashid because of his wider hurt box. So if you happen to get the EX Ruffian, you can always combo the V-Skill 2 punch follow-up, right? Yeah. So I'm getting 40-50 more damage every single time on Rashid. And he is kind of whiff punishable if you can get it, right?
Okay.
And obviously Sway is good as well, you know.
I'm gonna ask a very weird question. Can that character-specific combo also work on Chun-Li?
It does work on Chun-Li as well, yes.
I had a
Laura
feeling.
and Zangief.
Okay, I had a feeling.
Okay.
Of course it works on Zangief.
It doesn't work on Abigail, though.
No, it's weird. I think Chun-Li and Rashid have some really weird hurt boxes. You could do combos to them that no other character can.
Okay, so it's good that you know as well. Okay, for those of you who don't know, there is, like, Veggey can vouch for me, Mura can vouch for me as well. I'm pretty sure Linz has experienced this as well, even watching the game. There are characters that have combos in this game where you think they work on Zangief and Abigail and Alex, but they don't. they work on Chun-Li and Rashid for some very awkward reason.
Yes.
And I don't question it. I'm just like, you know what? It works out. I don't like Rashid anyway, so the more damage I can do against him, the better. So it's pretty interesting how hitbox, hurtbox ratios works against characters that are in an airborne state, because I imagine some of these are juggle scenarios, especially with Chun-Li and Rashid. So that was actually pretty interesting. I didn't know that. At least the Rashid, there was a character-specific combo that Cody could do against him there. But I do like that information you shared with us. Olvaha, you got any more questions for the gents?
Well, I do, but this is gonna be, detracting from the set itself now. And I would like to ask this question because I feel like it is very appropriate in this time right now. Because we should be hearing or seeing more about Luke in the near future. So I wanted to ask both of you, what are you expecting or wishing from Luke? And we can start with Linz this time.
I think Luke gonna be more like a rushdown character than a zoning. I think he's built around his firebolt. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like a charged. I'm not really sure. I need to put my hands on him first to know for sure. But I really wish they make him like a neutral type of character. Like I don't really like the character who just goes all in and throws 50-50s to take the win. Like it's just a risk factor for the win, I don't really like that design, to be honest.
He definitely stated he doesn't like Armika. He definitely just said that.
Yeah, you guessed it.
In the world, only one person likes Armika in this world, and his name is Luffy.
What, you don't? What Fudo doesn't like Mika anymore?
I don't think.
Well, he still plays it.
Okay, 2 people then. Fudo and.
Okay, 2. That's
listen,
okay.
Listen, some of the best.
like Mika as well.
Some of the best players, but
because I do like Mika.
Okay, it's Mura's turn now.
Yeah, Mura, talk to us about Luke. How do you feel about him?
I think he's gonna be a hypercharged character because that fireball looks super ridiculous for a motion character. No, like there have to be something limiting it. So I'm gonna bet that he's a charged character, and probably a mix of Nash and Guile, like their current gameplay. We did see a run, so I'm expecting a hybrid, some zoning, some rushdown.
Okay, interesting.
But that fireball is way too good for a command fireball. It looks ridiculous.
Well, that's at first glance. Remember, Rose looked ridiculous when we saw that trailer. Look how that turned out.
She didn't turn out like
Wow, Rose.
That's all I'm going to say on that regard. So it's pretty interesting. But you know what? I have to ask this question because obviously we did have the Red Bull Kumite happen this past weekend, and I'm pretty sure both of you guys watched it there. If, just a hypothetical question. If the Red Bull Kumite staff were to invite an Egyptian player, who would be the best representative for you guys, in your opinion? Let me get Mura's answer first.
So if I went, I would be the Brian F role, where I would have the content creator tag. Genuinely though, and I really said this previously, I do think Linz is the best player in Africa, not in Egypt.
Let's go!
There is a couple of things that you have to consider, right? This guy is 20.
Yo!
And this is like his first or second fighting game. He lives in a very remote region, not that much competition. So I imagine in a more mature team, he would he would be top tier class level. I genuinely think so. So him 100%, I think. I really do.
Okay, interesting.
I really appreciate it.
No, I think I just don't understand. Where do you guys' skill really, like, where did you learn neutrals, patience? It's like so many regions that have come up in the Street Fighter V era has been very rushdown heavy, and then we see you guys are playing like doctorates, professors, like PhD gameplay. Where did you learn? Did you learn it from each other? Where is this? I mean, either one can start, but Mura can, since he's probably the OG in the scene, he can tell me more about it. Mura, where is this skill coming from?
I don't know. I really don't know. Look, see, so here it is.
We're just
Here's what
passionate about the game, I think.
I know that a lot of the players, especially in like the overall region, are alright, so let's put it this way. In the region, I wish Street Fighter V in many countries is a really big game, but most of the gamers have origins other than Street Fighter games, right? Like, for example, some have a King of Fighters background, right? So they're very rushdown oriented, especially the other North African countries like Algeria, Morocco. That was what they grew up with, right? So their gameplay and their style is much more focused on the aggressiveness, right? Personally, I think in Egypt we started playing like 2D fighting games mainly during the Street Fighter 4 era, and Street Fighter 4 wasn't like a crazy rushdown game either. So I think that's where it mostly came from.
Interesting.
And then did that transfer over to Linz, or Linz? When did you get into the whole level up like a OG PhD player?
PhD players, baby. I personally like started my whole FGC journey on Netherlands Studios first in Mortal Kombat X. I really liked the game and I got really high level in it, but I didn't know anyone in FGC Egypt by the time. Like I was just playing a fighting game by the passion, I think. Then I grew up later on Street Fighter. I know there's amazing players like MC Mura out there. Like I learned from him a lot from the game. He taught me how to master myself in the game, and I think most of my level actually because of him, because of the matches we played and how good he pushed me to the limit. I think he actually taught me most of the part of the game, and he like the rest just came out, you know.
Hey, just natural. And once you get that experience and understand it, get a proper feel for the game, then you develop your own style and get a much more mature understanding of the game. And again, you guys illustrated how well you guys know the game really well. And I hope to see you guys play more in the future now that we've given you this spotlight, so we can kind of just branch out and see more of you guys playing the game and the content that you guys provide as well. We are running out of time. So, Olvaha, have you got any questions before I hit these guys with the final question? Should I hit them with the question?
Boss man, go for it.
Can I just do a super quick one? Super quick, quick.
Go for it. You're not super quick, but go for it.
Oh, I'll be super quick, sorry. Linz, Mura, if there was to be a CBT in Egypt, which city would it be and why?
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna have to say Cairo probably, since it's the capital, right? Like that
Yeah,
makes
I
sense.
agree.
Okay, fair. We're just getting ideas. We're just
Sharm el-Sheikh?
That was pretty quick. I'll vouch for my companion minion here.
Listen, that'd be interesting.
You know, it is more of a tourist city, but it is actually too far away from most of the residential areas, I'll say.
Is it close to an airport though?
Yes.
It is, yeah.
Okay. Listen, I think all the players care about, as long as they don't get lost and they enjoy the weather out there, enjoy the sightseeing, get to play some fighting games and get to the airport in one piece. I think it's completely fine wherever you base this event. But you know what? No, it's good that you guys have been shedding more light on your scene, as well as who'd be a good representative in terms of big events and whatnot. But now I got to hit you guys with my lovely questions regarding Street Fighter 5, very specifically. So we'll start with Mura first. Mura, if there was anything you could change about Street Fighter 5 in its current state, you know, get rid of Honda, get rid of Ed, give Poison 2,000 health, remove Guile so Linz can't play the game anymore. Anything you can think of, what would it be? Or are you happy with the way Street Fighter 5 is right now?
Gameplay wise, I think I'm pretty happy with it. There is one thing I would actually adjust in the game in general, and that is make it easier to communicate with the other players in the game. I remember in Street Fighter 4 when I first started, and I played Balrog and obviously tried to do DPF ADC, couldn't. Saw one guy doing it and thought it was like the sickest combo. I was like complete noob. And I asked him, how did you do it? And he replied to me and I learned it, and that kind of started my journey. So I feel like not being able to communicate with the other players as much as I would like it to. Obviously, some people will use it for toxic purposes, but we already have blacklist, right? and honestly, the Xbox Live hate mail was kind of funny. So.
Listen, Xbox Live was the golden age. Generation Z, you will never understand what Xbox Live is.
The Wild West. The Wild West.
Wait, let me, because no, hold on. Linz is 20. Linz, did you ever be on Xbox Live?
No.
Okay, so you don't know the golden age of gaming online. So I think that's probably good. But anyway, no, do you know what? I like that answer from Mura about.
You know, Jimmy, Jammerz, I'll tell you something that's actually mad funny. I was playing one rank match in Street Fighter 4.
Talk to me.
And the guy rage quitted on me, and then he sent me a message saying no points for you. Like it was. We don't get that much fun anymore. Right?
Yeah, we don't get that anymore. It's just a case of they leave and you have to make the assumption. You don't actually know what the reason was, but you know what? It's crazy. But you know what? That's an amazing answer from Mura there. But now I've got to pass it on over to Linz. Linz, if there was anything you could change about Street Fighter 5, get rid of Guile from the game, get rid of Balrog, I don't know, remove Dalsim, make V-Shift an even better mechanic. If there's anything you could change about Street Fighter 5, what would it be? Or are you pretty much happy with the way Street Fighter 5 is right now?
I think the game is pretty balanced right now, more than ever. The past seasons, I think some characters was really broken in the couple seasons. But yeah, I think the game is pretty balanced right now. I think there is no single character you can say about it is broken or like, he's securely top one. I mean, people say Cammy or Urian, but I think they lose sometimes if the player is not good. Like, you need to be a good player to win with this character as well. Like, they don't completely carry you over like the high level. They can carry you over like, the low leagues. It's not really a big deal, but in the high leagues, I think the game is pretty good. Everyone can lose to anyone, so I really like the game right now.
Okay, I like that. Very passionate answer there from Linz, our winner for tonight. You know what? And I learned so much tonight from speaking to the both of you. I learned that Linz has never experienced the golden age of Xbox Live. And I've learned how much time and dedication you both put into the game, as well as understanding the scene as a whole. So honestly, fingers crossed, I do hope that Egypt or Africa gets some more love next year with CPT Online, or however the CPT is going to pan out next year. But until then, hopefully you guys keep playing. Maybe one or two of your players might get invited to an invitational, and again, once the stars align, we'll be able to all play fighting games offline in somewhere in Egypt. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. That would be sick.
Let's do that.
But yes, gentlemen, we do have to close out a show. So, Linz, Mura, thank you very much once again for having a chat with us and participating in the exhibition. And once again, do make sure you guys follow these guys on their social media outlets. They do have Twitter accounts. You can see Linz's social media on the left and MC Mura's Twitter account on the right. He also has a YouTube channel where he does very in-depth guides. There you go. And I think Olvaha was saying you can teach people how to punish poisons overhead. I think you said you could do that. He said you can do something about poison. But yeah, anyway, this guy does amazing content. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you want another content, FGC content channel to go over to, why not check out MC Mura here? But gentlemen, we gotta love you and leave you. When you guys are ready, you guys can leave the Discord call. So myself, Veggey, and Olvaha can close out the show. And I'll drop you guys a message later thanking you once again as well.
All right, thank you guys and good night. It was really
fun. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
أحبك حبيبي.
Thank you.
All right, so do you know what? That was really fantastic. I wasn't expecting that answer from MC Moore in terms of communicate with the players in game better. Yes, you do have PSN and you can find their account and try and message it, but even that's a ball ache, right? You can't even do that. And on Steam, it can be a bit finicky as well, especially, it's like, okay, right.
Harder even.
Because nowadays, what it is right, I've got to bank on the guy I just played. I've got to bank on him being on Twitch, and if I find his Twitch, I can find his other social media outlets, and then you find that, because not everyone streams their gameplay on Twitch. So
you know what? I actually have an idea regarding all this. Some MMO games, for example, you can tag yourself as kind of a person who you can
Shouts to Fantasy Star Online. Sorry, just saying.
You can ask questions from these persons when you tag yourself, like you are willing to help new players. That could be something that could be worked in fighting games.
I mean, the in-game chat is very limiting in this game, and it's to me it sounds like caveman talk. It literally does sound like caveman talk. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But I do like that answer, and I you know what? I do like the fact that they were very honest about if they were invited to an invitational, who would their representative be. I like that Mura stands by the fact that Linz might be the best player in Africa. Big statement. You think of it as biased, but that's a very big statement, and I don't know how you guys felt about it. Especially, let me ask you, Veggey, how did you feel about Mura's answer in terms of the communication in the game, anyway?
Communication in game. I thought about it earlier. I thought it was just taken away because they didn't want toxicity in the game.
That probably was because of what it was.
Yeah.
So it's
sure.
like, but it's very hard to find people's PSNs or especially Steam accounts. Yeah, there's a whole lot of work. You're not gonna do that. You just don't care.
Someone's gonna like send you a friend request, and then you accept the friend request, and they're like,
Yeah, it's wild, right?
on you.
It's wild.
There is a lot of work to do on that. So I mean, Twitter, when people get like higher ranks in GM League, M League, often they're on Twitter with some like
something
account, so you can talk to them. But at that point, you don't really need to talk to them, right? Because I mean, you're there as well.
You know what it is. Now, someone that has mentioned the chat, we chat through Discord, but even Discord is still a social media outlet, and not everybody, believe it or not, especially in the current situation with Discord anyway, not everyone uses Discord. And I get it. It works for some people. It doesn't work for others. But again, it's like some people are still with the old school mind, sort of, I want to talk to you or find you in game. And then I have to, jump over hurdles and jump through flaming hoops to find out who you are. And then obviously not get the answer I want at the end. So it was a very interesting discussion there regardless. But overall, I definitely enjoyed those two. So, Veggey, we do have to thank Veggey because Veggey did bring these two players on. And listen, he stuck by his word. He said, Jammerz, I've got two players for you. You're not going to be disappointed. And boy, was I not disappointed. I got to see some poison today.
That's
so
good.
You definitely knew what you were doing. You definitely knew.
And you got to see some sick anteaters.
Yeah, hey, he found the picture. Oh my God, I didn't think they'd find it. Okay. This was brilliant. Right, so, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, we have had some high-level action over the weekend with Red Bull Kumite, but that high-level Street Fighter 5 action continues with the lovable face of Veggey promoting Week 7 of Street Fighter League. Nordavind go up against Panda, and UYU go up against Team Bandit. There's still high-level action, more stuff happening regarding Street Fighter League, so make sure you tune in to twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters or follow the YouTube channel at Capcom Fighters there. But again, if you want to know everything regarding Street Fighter 5, just hit up the Twitter account if you've got one at Capcom Fighters on Twitter there. There's still plenty more weeks of Street Fighter League to come as well. Richard, can we get the CPT schedule up if you can, please? Because obviously there was no CPT over the weekend, so you guys don't know.
I want to say one thing about this, though.
What do you want to say about it while talking to me?
Well, so you see, that's where the trouble began. That smile. That damned smile.
What about his smile?
That's the meme.
That's where the trouble began, he said.
Yeah, that's where the trouble began.
Okay. Okay. I'm just lost. I'm literally just lost. I don't know. He said that smile. That's the trouble again. Anyway, Richard, can you pull up the CPT schedule when we do that? Because obviously there was no CPT action over this past weekend, so there was nothing to really talk about or congratulate a winner. But there will be some more Capcom Pro Tour action happening this weekend. I want to say it's the second one for East Asia. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. We're going to find out in a sec. There are 8 more tournaments left in the CPT online season. It will be stretching into 2022, and the finals will be happening at some point mid-February, I believe, and it is going to be stacked with a lot of players, and there's still plenty more spots up for grabs. There's still the second one for France, Spain, and Portugal. There's still the second one for the UK and Ireland. That is going to be an absolute bloodbath. There is going to be Japan, the 4th and final one. There is plenty of action to still come on board. Hey, there it is.
There we go.
He's got it up. Damn, I was talking for a long time. I was running out of steam there. But he brought it out right on cue. This is crazy. And then here we go. Right, yeah, so I was wrong. It is going to be Brazil, South America East 2 this weekend. And then the week after, it will be East Asia 2. But again, December is going to be jam-packed. And do you know what? Even when I look at it, even January is going to have some pretty interesting CPTs actually. Do you know what? Regardless, the last 8 tournaments you have here before the finals are going to be fantastic. Now, I actually don't know. This is where I probably can't count. I don't know if there's going to be an LCQ or they're just going to have just all the players just duke it out. I don't know if there's going to be an LCQ. Sick. So I don't think they've shared any information on that regardless.
No, there hasn't been. But I've counted the events. I think I counted 31 events.
Right, okay, right.
So maybe there's a vote. Maybe there'll be a vote again, like there was a vote last year.
Because I'm just used to Capcom Cup with 32 players. So however they decide the 32nd player, that's up to them. I'm just, in my head, I'm assuming there's going to be an LCQ, but there probably isn't going to be, but we'll find out.
I don't think, yeah, I mean, with with Corona and stuff, it
Yeah.
might be hard. I mean, voting maybe. I really have no idea.
Well,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see indeed. Also, as well, we don't have any graphics for these, but I just want to congratulate these two players anyway. So over the weekend, we had some more Street Fighter 5 tournaments around the world. Obviously, we had one online. So shout-outs to Akainu first for winning the Saltman League Season 12 Invitational event. Fantastic gameplay. He's coming back in full force. And who knows? You might see him next week. Akainu did message me and declared he wants to fight someone in the first to 10. So I'm going to abide by his wishes, and we're going to make that happen as soon as possible. Also, we do have another treat for you. There's two champions in our neck of the woods. I might get them in the first to 10 in the upcoming weeks. Who knows? I'm not hinting anything. Might get them in the next couple of weeks here. And also, we want to shout out MQS as well for winning Celtic Throwdown 2021 with the Street Fighter 5 using his exquisite Fang. He is one of the best Fang players around in Europe, in the world, I feel, and he's definitely the best one we have in the UK.
He's improved a lot.
So I definitely want to congratulate MQS for winning Celtic Throwdown.
For sure.
Now,
over the last, I just want to say, to add to that, over the last 1.5 to 2 years, he's leveled up a lot, and he's a lot stronger than ever, and I'm really glad that he got to showcase that this weekend. Continue, sorry.
For sure. And I think that about closes it out. Once again, congratulate Mr. X himself, the Lord Problem X. Do keep an eye out for Logan's Twitter account at WSO Logan. He will be doing analysis on Esports GG, talking you guys through how this was. What a fantastic moment, another iconic moment for the best player in Europe and the best player in the UK. Heck, this guy's got so many accolades under his belt, and there's still plenty more to come. So if you guys haven't checked it out, head on over to the Red Bull Gaming channel and you can see the Red Bull Kumite Las Vegas in full effect. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have to love you and leave you. Another episode of Sets is complete here. Once again, shout outs to Veggey for bringing on members of the Egyptian scene, Mura and Linz over here. But we got to close it out here. But before I do that, I can't ignore these two. Any last words, gents, before we go?
Well, you can go first. Shoot like a gentleman.
Courteous of you, Veggey. I want to say that, my name is Olvaha, and someone called me actually his favorite Swede. I'm actually a Finn. I'll take that. So I'm your favorite Swede, and he's your favorite Brit. So
can I say something? Was the guy that said that was the American by any chance?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll find out. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
I'm not implying anything.
Yeah.
I'm not implying
So,
anything. I'm just asking a question.
But yes, I can speak a Swedish English as well if you want to. You know, I can.
Very
do the accent.
nice.
If you've missed tonight's episode, you can catch it on the archives after the stream is done. Do not worry. There was plenty of action and a great good discussion with the guests we had on tonight. But Veggey, any last words? Before
So
we go?
I just wanted to say that people generally just want to like see the same players over and over, and they kind of like put them on this area where they are the only players who can play these things. Pedestal. They put them on this pedestal, and they think that only the top 0.whatever% the Red Bull Committee players are the ones that can show you and give you a good hype neutral game. And I think that we showed you today that with a region that most people don't even know had high level Street Fighter players could come and show us the footsies, the whiff punishes, the really tight stuff, all the high level stuff from a region that you didn't even know. And I want people to be more open about the regions in general and realizing that there's a lot of skill in the entire world right now. And I mean, I'd like to say that I'm your favorite Egyptian, but I'm not, because I'm your favorite Brit from Croydon Street, baby. Woo! Dawson's busted. Everyone knows it. Everyone's saying it every time. I don't even have to bring it up anymore. Today, people said it like 4 times, even in chat sometimes.
You've done your job.
I just need you to remember Croydon. Britain.
Yes, Croydon Street.
I'm the number
Lovely.
one favorite.
I'm gonna get you evicted from your home tomorrow. Keep talking. Right. Anyway, in this scene, you earn your stripes, you earn your accolades, and you do your due diligence, and that's exactly what these gentlemen did tonight. But you know what I've earned? I've earned a break because I'm hungry, and I guarantee these guys are too. And on that note, we'll see you next week for another episode of Sets. Take care. See you next time.
Take care.
See you guys.